What's going on, baseball fans? Welcome to the World Series Game 2 watch party. We got the Braves, we got the Astros, we got Max Fried, we got Jose Urquidy. What is going on, everyone? How are we doing? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Game 2 coming up. Hey, Braves off to a 1-0 lead. Gotta love it. Their first World Series win since 1996 last night. Gotta love that. Hey, as of right now, they're in control, but the Astros looking to bounce back tonight. And hey, this Astros offense, good against left-handed pitching this year. Can they find a way to get to Max Fried tonight? Max Fried wasn't very sharp in his last outing against the Dodgers, so definitely look out for the Astros offense to maybe come alive tonight wearing the orange tonight. Could the orange help wake them up a little bit? But I'm seeing around 15 people, off to a bit of a slow start tonight. Hopefully some people start to trickle in. But yeah, so let's get to the game here, everyone. Let's get this on. Here we go. I'm going to share the screen. But here we go. Let's take a look at tonight's lineups really quick. So, again, pitching for the Astros tonight, you have Jose Urquidy. Batting for the Braves, leading off, Eddie Rosario. He's just been fantastic. NLCS MVP, looking fantastic. Freddie Freeman, batting second. Ozzie Albies in the 3 spot. Austin Riley batting cleanup. Jorge Soler, he batted leadoff last night. He's going number 5 tonight. So, they had him batting leadoff against the lefty, so now they're having him bat 5th against the righty. So, interesting lineup change there. Peterson batting 6th. Duvall batting 7th. He had the home run last night. Darno batting 8th. And Swanson actually batting 9th. So, interesting lineup for the Braves. Where for the Astros, on the other hand, we have Jose Altuve batting leadoff. Brantley batting 2nd. Bregman batting 3rd. Yordan Alvarez batting cleanup. He has been sensational. And the ALCS MVP. Carlos Correa batting 5th. Kyle Tucker batting 6th. Yuli Gurriel batting 7th. Just missed a home run last night. Siri getting the start in center field tonight. And Maldonado batting 9th. And pitching for the Braves, we have Max Fried. So, but yeah, all right, up to 20 people in the chat now. Hopefully we start to get some more people trickle in. But everyone, hope we're having a good night tonight. Hope everyone had a good day. You know, I told you all I wasn't going to be going live. A bit of a change of plans. I was supposed to be going out to a dinner tonight for the girlfriend's birthday, but we decided to move it to tomorrow night instead. We just weren't all that hungry tonight. I don't know. It just, wasn't feeling it. So we're going to move it to tomorrow instead, which actually works out because, hey, there's no game on tomorrow. So it works out perfectly. But, hey, that gives me the opportunity to come live tonight, another watch party. So hopefully we can get a few more people in here along the way. We had around 80 to 100 people throughout the night last night. So hopefully we get a few more tonight. But who is in the chat? Who do we got? We had No Waffle, Jen Lee earlier. The official ZBN, what's going on? Blue, what's going on? William Fulgham is here. He thinks the Braves win 7-4 tonight. We'll see. He's thinking Max Fried, 7 innings, gives up 2. Hey, I'm hoping Max Fried can have a bit of a better outing today. So, No Waffle, haven't watched baseball in a minute, but I've been trying to get back into it. Well, hey, good time to try and get back into it. Drips, what's going on? Hello. Jen Lee, what's going on? He thinks Houston will use Javier, Presley, Graveman, Maton, and Stanek for 5. Hey, yeah, you got that right. Jose Urquidy, hopefully he can last at least a few innings. Robert Manfred, what's going on? No Waffle, yes, Charlie Morton did break his leg. Horrible. And he apologized to the team about it. So, Connor Burton, one of our members, hello. Andrew Lee, another one of our members, hello. What is going on? Hayden, what's going on, my friend? Welcome. Alrighty. So, okay. Jin Ishimaru, what's going on? Alrighty. But we actually did have some news today. We had, a few things to, maybe talk about here. So, we did have the Marlins extending Miguel Rojas. So, he's looking like he's going to be their shortstop for at least a couple of more years, a 2-year extension worth $10 million. So, Miguel Rojas, he's actually been pretty decent for the Marlins. This past year, hit .265, 9 homers, 48 RBIs, 13 stolen bases, 322 on base. Miguel Rojas, not a bad player. Not a bad player. I think he's a pretty solid guy to have on your team. Don't hate it. So, he's not going to blow you away by any means, but I like it. I like it. What else? MLB Trade Rumors. I could have sworn there was something else today. Wasn't there some kind of a rumor today? I could have sworn there was something. Oh, yeah. We had the Mets, and they're having just a lot of trouble right now trying to find a new general manager or new president of baseball operations. They have been swinging and missing on a lot of guys. The Brewers GM, he decided to withdraw his name. Cardinals GM Michael Gersh declines to pursue opportunity. I'm going to be honest here. This is kind of starting to worry me a little bit. It's kind of starting to worry me because I'm wondering, why are all of these guys pulling out? No one wants to do this job. It's really weird. It says here, the Mets have already been turned down by a handful of targets in their search for a new baseball operations head. Theo Epstein, Billy Beane, David Stearns, Matt Arnold, Scott Harris, and Brandon Gomes had been raised as potential candidates only to be later ruled out of consideration. And now Michael Gersh, the Cardinals general manager. So it says here, New York reached out to the Cardinals for permission to speak with him. He declined to pursue the opportunity, electing to remain in St. Louis instead. I don't know. This is just kind of weird. I'm wondering what's going on here. The Mets will continue their search for a baseball ops leader over the coming days and weeks. New York set their initial sights on the high-profile trio of Epstein, Beane, and Stearns, but they've been primarily tied to other teams' second-in-command types after missing out on their early targets. Dodgers senior vice president Josh Burns, a former GM with the Diamondbacks and Padres, has previously been mentioned as one candidate the Mets were discussing internally. So, the search goes on for the New York Mets to try and find a guy to lead them back to postseason baseball. So we did have a roster change with Charlie Morton breaking his leg. I mean, how often do you say that? Someone breaking their leg. Tucker Davidson, left-hander, will be taking his spot on the roster. 4 games this year, 4 starts. He had a 3.60 ERA, 20 innings pitched over the year. 4.52 FIP. He's a guy, he can maybe come in, give you some innings. So more of just a long relief kind of a guy in Tucker Davidson, 25 years old. So, but yeah, he was on the 60-day IL. So it's looking like everything is good to go. Does it say anything here? Yeah, a forearm injury interrupted Davidson's season and limited him to just those 8 starts during the regular season. 8 starts. It said 4 right here. It said he had 4 starts. MLB Trade Rumors. Did we make a little goof? Oh, here we go. Game is on. But Tucker Davidson, he actually had pitched pretty well in AAA. A 1.17 ERA, 28-5 strikeout to walk ratio. So, but here we go. Game is on, everyone. Welcome to tonight's watch party. We're at 37 people right now. Hopefully we start to get a few more people trickle on in tonight. We're at 14.7K. I don't know, everyone. I don't know. It's moving a little slow towards the 15K, our goal of 15,000 by the end of the World Series. I don't know. It's looking a little hairy. I don't know. But only 34 people in the chat tonight. But here we go. Eddie Rosario leading it off for the Atlanta Braves, where last night Jorge Soler led it off. So, William Fulgham, how does anyone feel sorry for the Mets? Yeah, I don't know. Mets they've just had a couple of bumpy outings, or a couple of bumpy years, I would say. Not outings. What am I talking about? Caden, who do I have winning game 2? I picked the Astros to win this before the series started. I had the Braves winning game 1, Astros winning game 2. I thought Jose Urquidy might have started game 3, but they're saving Luis Garcia for game 3. Jose Urquidy gets the strikeout of Eddie Rosario, and we are off to a start here for the Astros. Everyone, last night I was kind of falling asleep a little bit. But tonight we have the espresso. I even got my little espresso mug ready. We are good to go for tonight. I am awake. Jin, what is going on? How are we doing? Ottavino said today he's open to return to the Red Sox. Do you resign him? I don't see why not. I don't see why not. For, a middle reliever, he was pretty good over time. That bullpen was really worked this year. They didn't have a lot of depth in that bullpen. So, Garrett Richards also saying, today, I tweeted out, hey, he had a, really good year. I liked Garrett Richards this year. I think Garrett Richards might have found himself a home, position-wise. I think Garrett Richards, he was really good in that bullpen. I think that could be a role for him moving forward. It seems like he hasn't really gotten it going as a starter. Wasn't able to really go deep into games this year. I think a bullpen role for him moving forward could be actually really good. He has good stuff. Great slider. I think Garrett Richards, hey, could this guy maybe even be like a closer at one point? I don't see why not. But here we go. Jose Urquidy already off to a 2-2 count. But there's a ball, full count. No Waffle is still here. What's going on? Urquidy already off to a better start here against the Braves than he was against the Red Sox. There's strike 3, sitting Freddie Freeman down on a fastball outside. So pay attention to that, everyone. Pay attention. Looking like the umpire might be a little generous with the strike zone tonight. Already calling a strike 3 on the outside where it looked a little outside. So pay attention to that. Eddie Fitzgerald, Mets fan here, still extremely early. No reason to panic, just writers getting clicks through LOL Mets content. Yeah, I agree. It is pretty interesting, though, that a lot of guys have turned it down. So, and then again, I don't know on a normal basis how often, these teams get turned down. Where who knows how many people they really try to, get, or how many people they try to talk to. And maybe, these names or these, stories about these guys turning down, talking to the Mets or doing anything with the Mets is getting out there. So, I don't know. But they're definitely, the Mets don't look great, at least in the media. So, up to 40 people. I'm wondering if maybe we're off to a bit of a slow start tonight. Because I did say last night on the stream that I wasn't going to be here. So I'm hoping people got the notification. There's a ground ball. Ozzy Albies up the third base line. He's going to be safe by a mile. A perfectly placed dribbler. And Ozzy Albies with that speed. Ozzy Albies' speed last night was a game changer. Okay, you guys, Blue, you got the notification? I was wondering if the notification was sent out or not because I was on the starting soon screen and there were only like 9 people in here. So I was kind of wondering, whereas yesterday we were already up to like 30 to 40 people like at the start of the stream. So, okay, good. You guys got the notification. Kira Owens, what's going on? Welcome back. Oh, Rob Manfred, I don't really care about the views very much. Just seeing if the notification's going out. So, hey, the more people we can talk baseball with, the better. Yeah, Kira Owens, that ball was ripped. Oh, that was a hack from Riley. Riley, man, this guy, what a season he's been having. He drilled a ball last night. He drilled a ball. That double he hit, oh my God, that thing was 115 miles an hour. Thing was smoked. That was the hardest hit ball all last night. But Urquidy really working well here. He's really getting these strikes. That's Urquidy's game. You got to throw strikes. Got to throw strikes. Max, I'm thinking. Odorizzi went out of the bullpen yesterday. I'm thinking probably Greinke. Probably Greinke would make a lot of sense. And I think Greinke in Game 4 in Atlanta, you're not going to have the designated hitter. I think that'll actually work in Greinke's favor a little bit. I think you could see Greinke come up big for the Astros in Game 4. I think this is really going to be a back and forth. I got the Astros winning this tonight. And then, Game 3 tomorrow. Oh, Riley rips it to right. And that's a base hit. Runners on first and second for the Braves now. Riley is just hot. Man, he's seeing the ball really well. Here comes Jorge Soler. Had the home run last night to lead off the game. First ever leadoff home run in the top of the first inning in the World Series. Oh, yeah, Game 3 is on Friday. Thank you for that, Caden. Yeah, so that actually works out perfectly. I was not going to be live tonight because I thought I was going to a dinner tonight. And, yeah, so we just moved that for tomorrow night. And it works out perfect. There's no game on tomorrow anyway. So I'm actually liking, even though Urquidy's given up a couple of hits here, I'm liking the pace that he's moving. He's working quick. I like that. He's throwing strikes. So I like Urquidy's pace right now. The game already feels like it's off to a quicker start. Anyone else feel that? Last night's game was a long one. I would actually say, I'm going to be honest with you. That was one of the more boring World Series games I've ever watched. There was no energy. Now, if it were the Astros doing what they did last night, or doing what the Braves did last night, it would have felt less boring because you would have had the crowd really going crazy. Last night just had no energy at all. Like it was off to a fun start. The Soler leadoff home run. Austin Riley drilling a ball. You had Duvall, Albies. Braves played a very good game, but it just was not a very fun game to watch. It moved slow. It was just, I don't know. Craig, what's going on, my friend? Hello. Abs, you're on first inning, and there are plenty of empty seats behind home plate. Oof, bad showing, Houston. Are there empty seats? It looks like people are starting to trickle in. I'm seeing, it looks like people are going down the steps to their seats. It looks like everyone's in their seats now. I see one empty seat. Ooh, Soler, a high pop-up. Tom Amiano, what's going on? Hello. Jason, yeah, that was a tough game to get through, although the errors were entertaining. There were some fun things. I enjoyed it for the Braves. I just think I don't know, it just felt slow. That's just my opinion, though. So, Kira, you definitely enjoyed that game yesterday. I enjoyed the game, too. Yeah, for me, it just felt like it kind of was dragging at times, especially in the early going. But that's just my opinion. Ooh, Soler took a hack at it. Oh, man. Swing and a miss. Abjaron, you're okay. Craig. If you are here, then I take it. Yeah, Craig, I ended up moving it to tomorrow night instead. We were going to go earlier, and, we were just sitting here, and we're like, God, we had, no appetite. We were just kind of hanging out, and it was just like, God, are you even hungry right now? I don't know. I wasn't really even hungry. And we were going to go to this Italian place, and, I don't really eat Italian very much. I'm not really like an Italian. I'm not really a pasta kind of guy. I don't not like pasta. I just don't ever really eat it. So for me, if I'm not really feeling like I got much of an appetite, and then I got to go sit down and eat some pasta, I don't know. It doesn't sound like a good combo. I love me a good lasagna. Any lasagna fans in the chat? Any lasagna fans? Any? Come on. Lasagna is so good. Lasagna is so good. God, love lasagna, right? You guys love lasagna. My girlfriend hates lasagna. I don't know why. I'm like, it's amazing. Robert Rothberg, what's going on? Craig, another lasagna fan. Lasagna it's so good. It makes me think of Garfield. Remember Garfield just loved lasagna? Oh, man. There's something about just a good lasagna, when it's done right. You got the cheese on top where it's looking just golden, and then not too burnt though. It has maybe a little bit of burnt on the edges. Oh, lasagna is so good, man. Lasagna. How many times am I going to say lasagna tonight? Oh, Craig, man. With pizza with me, it's got to be Here's the thing about pizza, right? Here's the thing about pizza. Pizza is, you can't, in my opinion, I don't think there's bad pizza. Pizza is just kind of one of those things, it's really hard to mess up pizza. But I really go for like the top-notch New York style. You know, I'm very picky about where I go for pizza. I don't often go get pizza, but I have my couple of places. I feel like a lot of people are like that. I'm not just, don't get me wrong. I don't mind me some Domino's. I don't mind me like Pizza Hut once in a while, but you know, I don't go out of my way for it. I'll go out of my way for some top-notch New York style pizza, but has to be a good pizza joint, has to be well run. There's a couple of places around here. There's one place called Mozzarella, and it's so good. It's so good. It has to have the good undercarriage, you know, that crust has to have just enough crisp to it, but not too crispy. You know, it's got to have, you know, the sauce has to have a good tang. You know, obviously the cheese has got to be working well. I'm very picky about the pizza. Barstool Sports has gotten me to the point where I'm very particular about my pizza. Oh, Craig, have fun, my friend. Have fun. Going to physical therapy. But here we go. The Astros coming up against Max Fried. Yeah, Dylan Brown, last minute change of plans. You know, I wasn't going live. About an hour ago, I was not. And then, yeah. So, yeah, here I am. Playboy Brian, hello. Yeah, if you are just coming in, apologies for that. I know I said I wasn't going to be live today. But, yeah, what I was supposed to be doing tonight, I moved to tomorrow night. So, but here I am. Ooh, Kira Owens, little chicken carbonara. That's what I'm talking about. You know what the difference also is? I know I said last night's game felt like it was moving a little slow. You know what the difference is? Last night, I didn't have my espresso. I got to have my espresso for these streams. When I'm doing a watch party, I got to have the espresso. Timberwolf, what's going on? Playboy Brian, we were going to go to this Italian place around me, and I was pretty excited to go get lasagna, but just no appetite, man. Playboy Brian, you got to let me know in the chat. Are you a lasagna fan? Lasagna. Timberwolf, should I study for 2 tests or watch you? I mean, you got to do both. I'll try to keep you, you know, maybe like that. I'll be that background noise for you. You got to keep track of the game somehow. Caden, how many strikeouts does Max Fried have this season? Oh, there's a base hit. That falls fair. Jose Altuve rounds first. And Jose Altuve jogs into second. All right, everyone. The espresso has gone down the hatch. We are locked in, ready to go. Abjuron, I don't ring the bells, so I don't get the notifications, but I always refresh my sub box like an old man YouTuber, so I saw your plan to go live. Hey, I'm kind of the same way. I tend to forget to hit the bell a lot on channels that I subscribe to. I know it's like, I know I say it a lot, but then there's times where it takes me a little, I don't know what it is. Like I just forget to hit the bell on some channels. I eventually do it. It's just a matter of, you know, remembering to do it. But I'm the same way. I'll just like refresh my screen. What I like about the lives is when you're live, it tends to get the priority on YouTube, I've noticed. So, like if you're live, like you're up front. So, but here we go. Michael Brantley last night, even against lefties, was hitting the ball really well. I think Michael Brantley could come alive in this series. Oh, Michael Brantley hits it out to left center. He's back. That's warning track power. But that's deep enough for Altuve to tag up, and Altuve slides into third, and the Astros got something going. But Brantley put a bit of a charge into that one. It looked like maybe he just missed. Let's go to the box score here. Here we go. So Austin Riley, he's been hitting the ball really hard on that base hit, about 104 miles an hour. Brantley around 99 miles an hour on that. It seemed like he maybe just missed. He put a charge into that. But alrighty. But looks like they're seeing him pretty well. So with a Max Fried, let's actually go here. Max Fried, Baseball Savant. Oh, there we go. Up to 64 people in the chat. Everyone, welcome, welcome. Oh, no, I didn't want to click that. All right, so with Max Fried, what you're going to see from him, he had really good expected numbers this year. He didn't get a lot of swing and misses, so that kind of worries me against the Astros. The Astros, a very good contact team. So the fact that he doesn't get a lot of whiffs, that kind of scares me a little bit against this Astros team. He doesn't get a lot of chase rate, and also that's not a good sign against the Astros either. Because the Astros, they are one of the most patient teams in Major League Baseball. The one thing with Max Fried, he's got a little velocity, but not much spin. I don't know. I don't like the matchup for Max Fried tonight. Yeah, so he does have some good expected numbers, but I'm worried about this matchup. With Max Fried, going to lead with a fastball, curveball, got a slider, has a sinker, has a changeup. Changeup doesn't really throw all that much. You're basically going to see a 3-pitch guy with Max Fried. A lot of curveballs, a lot of sliders. He'll throw some sinkers here and there. But yeah, you're going to see mainly 3 pitches with him. Let me actually go to Fangraphs here. So again, I pointed out here that Max Fried, he doesn't get a lot of whiffs. He doesn't get a lot of swing and misses. He ranks right in the middle for strikeouts. So I think with the Astros, you gotta have some guys that have swing and miss kind of stuff. That's why Charlie Morton going down, that was a big blow. Fried, 97 on the inner half. Ooh, just foul. Hit it down the right field line. I thought maybe that had a chance of being fair. But let's go to the team leaderboards here. Let's see where the Astros, where they ranked on base percentage wise. They were a very good on base team, and as you can see, they were the #1 team this year when it came to getting on base. So again, going back to Max Fried, the fact that he doesn't get a lot of swing and misses, he doesn't get a lot of guys to chase, I don't know. I don't like it. And just the Astros, I've said this like a million times, but they hit left-handed pitching extremely well. But here we go. Alex Bregman up. Runner on third. There's a curve from Fried. They're not going to bite. They're not going to bite. I think Max Fried's in trouble tonight. I think he's in trouble. I hope I'm wrong. I would like to see Max Fried have a good start. Just, I don't know. When you really look at everything, it's... Oh, man, look at the back of that kid's head. That is an Astro fan right there. Here we go. Bregman, 2-2 count, 1 out. Runner on third. Alex Bregman hits it to dead center, but he's there. That should be deep enough to score Altuve, and it is 1-0 Astros. The Astros get off to a great start after a lackluster Game 1. Alex Meza, thank you so much. Jared Califf, what's going on? Can you hear about Xander Bogaerts? He is staying in Boston next year. Can you hear about he is staying in Boston next year? He's opting out of his contract after the 2022 season, and he hopes to stay with the Red Sox. Wait, was there something on Xander Bogaerts today? Oh, wow. I didn't even see this. Wow, I didn't even notice this. I had a really busy day today. Plans to opt out. I mean, to be honest with you, why not? He's on a pretty friendly contract. You know, and this is one of the better shortstops in the game. So he has that opt-out in there for a good reason. Let's go to the payroll here. Yordan Alvarez up for the Astros. No men on, 2 outs here. Astros bring in their first run. But Xander Bogaerts, if you take a look, he's making a pretty friendly $20 million a year. You know, it's I don't see why he wouldn't opt out. He's going to be 30 years old at the end of this 2022 season. I don't see why he wouldn't opt out. He's a guy, he could get way more than $20 million per year. So, but this is interesting. Ooh, Alvarez Ground ball to first. Freeman tosses it to Fried, who runs over to cover the bag, and the Astros are out of it. But they get one across the board. 1-0 Astros to start things off. Yeah, Abjaron, that's been a bit of a the chair, the guy. I don't know. There's been some complaints about it. Lou Merlone, I don't know who. I'm a little 50-50 on. Sometimes he has some good takes, sometimes not so good takes. But he did mention how the Astros have their ball boy on the chair. Like, he's just so out in the open. He's made complaints about it on Twitter. So I don't know. It's kind of a weird spot. Yeah, Kira Owens, they're really putting the bat on the ball. I think that's a good sign for the Astros tonight. Caden, who's the best guy for the Braves? I mean, now that Charlie Morton's out, I mean, you have to say Max Fried. You have to say Max Fried, but I'm worried about the matchup. Burst Clan, how do you feel about the Cardinals signing the new manager? Hey, I mean, it's a guy that's been with them for a while. Everyone knows him. The Cardinals tend to stay within their organization when it comes to, hiring people, especially managers. So I like that move. I thought it was good. He seems to be well respected within the organization. I think the Cardinals are really wanting to start taking that more analytical route. That seemed to be where the disconnect was with a Schill and the Cardinals organization. Because you got to think, this is a guy that led them to the postseason for 3 straight years. He was manager of the year in 2019. Had the 17-game win streak, and it was kind of surprising that he was out. So, Steven AC Man 324, thank you for doing this. Don't have cable, but love the Braves. I'm here for you, my friend. I'm here for you. Chupapi Muñano. Yeah, Chupapi, man. I was going to be going out for a birthday dinner. We decided to move it to tomorrow night. So we just weren't hungry tonight, man. We just weren't hungry. I mean, I don't know. It was weird. I had no appetite. She had no appetite. And, hey, it just worked out. And we're going to go tomorrow night instead. Because, hey, there's no game tomorrow night. So, but yeah. Clash with Owen, what's going on? Hello, my friend. Hello, Andrew Lee. You got the Padres White Sox World Series 2022. Could be a fun one. If that were to end up to be the World Series, could be fun. I wonder what the White Sox do next year. Interesting team. I don't think they really need to do all that much. I think they should bring back Rodon. He had himself a good year. After seeing the way they were in the postseason, that starting pitching really didn't come up big for them. Really was just really lackluster. I mean, if we go back to that series against the Astros, I mean, go to game 1, Lance Lynn, he got knocked around. If we go to game 2, we had, Giolito wasn't really effective. I don't know what it is with Giolito this year. Not a great, I don't know, just not a, I picked him to be the Cy Young this year. I don't know what it was. He was okay. He was good this year, but he didn't take that step forward like I thought he would. What was his FIP? I don't know. There was just something about him this year. When he faced off against the Red Sox at Fenway Park this year, he just was getting knocked around. But yeah, a 3.79 FIP. Again, not a bad year by any means. He had 10 strikeouts per 9. His walks were good. Ooh, Urquidy with a strikeout. Urquidy is really looking good. I really like what Urquidy's doing here tonight. He's moving quick. He's throwing strikes. Gave up a couple of hits there in the first, but here we go, World Series. But I like the pace Urquidy's moving at tonight. Against the Red Sox, he just didn't look good. He didn't look comfortable out there. Kira Owens, college football tomorrow night, Arizona versus Green Bay. Hey, speaking of Green Bay, I followed what's his face? What's his name again? Tom Grossi. I subscribed to him. I turned on the bells. And so when he goes live, I'm going to because I see he does streams. So when he goes live, I'm gonna drop a bit of a super chat for him. I'll drop like a pretty decent one. And hey, I'm gonna ask this guy for some advice. How did he transition from being a teacher into a full-time YouTuber? This guy's he's really got it going. He's got 222,000 subscribers. He gets a good amount of views on everything. He does really well. It looks like he has a very solid fan base. So I'd love to see, what were the things this guy did. I'd love to know his story. Chupapi Muñano, no school today. Not bad. I got no school on Friday. Cardinals White Sox 2022. I actually thought I mentioned that last night. I was kind of looking at who could be some possible World Series, what could be some possible World Series matchups for next year. Because last year at this time, when the Braves got knocked out, I remember saying it. I said, I think the Braves are going to make the World Series next year. I had the Yankees and the Braves at that point last year. I said that. Well, of course, my mind changed. I ended up going with the Dodgers because of the offseason that I had. I'm going to tell you this right now. Moving forward, I'm not going to weigh the offseason anymore. I think the offseason, it's great if you can sign some guys. But look at these two teams. These two teams didn't win the offseason by any means. Houston, what did Houston do? Houston didn't do anything in the offseason. They lost Justin Verlander. They didn't have anyone. They had nothing. What did the Astros do in the offseason? I'm trying to remember. Did they do anything? The Braves re-signed Ozuna, but then he ended up not even playing. Urquidy, 2 strikes. Oh, Duvall! Gone! Wait, no, that's not Duvall. Sorry. Darno. Sorry. Travis Darno. Travis Darno has left the yard. Wow. 1-1 game. That was a shot. I don't know what it is, but Darno and Duvall, they look so... Darno's got the beard going. Duvall, they look kind of similar to me. I don't know what it is. They have like very similar builds. This happened last night when Duvall was up. I thought it was Darno for a second. I guess got faked out right there. Travis Darno with a solo shot, and we got a tie game here in Houston. Andrew, I'm okay with Joe Buck. I'm pretty indifferent. I think he does a great job at staying unbiased. He can't be biased by any means. So I like Joe Buck in that regard. He does the job that he needs to do. And I know a lot of people are going to say he's boring, but he kind of has to be boring. That's what he has to be. He can't, sure, maybe pick up the energy a little bit, but I think when you're a guy... Oh, that was a shot by Swanson. That gets by. That was a sharp ground ball. Correa couldn't do anything with that. Yeah, William, I like Smoltz. Because Smoltz he knows the game. John Smoltz he knows the game. I do find it interesting that they have John Smoltz, doing the Braves broadcast. So I wonder if Fox thought about that, thinking, oh, I wonder, could this maybe look like a bias kind of a thing? But yeah, but Smoltz, he's been very good so far. Tom Amiano, if I ever got to commentate for Fox, if I ever got to commentate anywhere, if I ever got to be a broadcaster for a game, that's amazing. I would love that. Oh, sharp ground ball to first. Yuli Gurriel snags it. What a great play from Yuli Gurriel. Eddie Rosario hit that on the screws. Goodness gracious. What a birthday gift for Yuli Gurriel. Yeah, actually, Bobby Muñano, that is that's the life of a catcher. You can't go back to the dugout and sit down. There's no rest. You got to get that gear back on. No waffle. My mom doesn't really like him because the year the Royals lost in the World Series, I guess he said something about them. I don't know why. Oh, I wonder what he said. Abjaram ran out of Joe Buck jokes last night. He's entirely adequate. You should be better than adequate on the world stage. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I'm not saying he's good. Sure, he could. That's why, honestly, I would really like, and this is a little bias on my end, so, take it for what you will. But I think Don Orsillo should be on these. I think Don Orsillo should be on these broadcasts. He brings a lot of energy, but he doesn't he's not biased. I actually really like Michael Kay. I've said that a million times. I think Michael Kay, I think would be really good. I think he would bring a little more energy than a Joe Buck. I think, that's the direction that, Fox wants to go. They want to go where they just don't want to, lean any sort of way. Yeah, Andrew Lee, big fan of Andrew Lee. Big fan of Andrew Lee for loving Don Orsillo. Love me some Don Orsillo. He's so good. He's so good. He brings a lot of energy. I love that. Clasher though, man, have a good night, my friend. Have a good night. But here we go. Astros coming back up, but the Braves get the run back. Really liking this game, actually, to be honest with you. I feel like it's moving at a quicker pace tonight. These guys are really coming after it tonight. Really like it. But coming up for the Astros, Correa coming up next, and then it's Tucker, and then it's Gurriel. So Max Fried was looking a little iffy there. But have to see what he can end up doing here in the second. Here we go. Correa back up here. So, did everyone hear today about the Cleveland Guardians roller derby team? The roller derby team putting in a lawsuit against the other Cleveland Guardians, formerly known as the Cleveland Indians. Putting in a lawsuit. This guy tweeted out today. He tweeted out, bless the hearts of the people who think the amateur roller derby team that hasn't competed in years and doesn't own any trademarks on the name is going to prevent the baseball team from becoming the Cleveland Guardians. So I commented back on it saying, I'm all for it. Guardians is an awful name. At first, Max Fried getting Correa to strike out. Big strikeout there. Max Fried looking for a clean inning. His last 12 regular season starts, he had a 7-1 record, a 1.56 ERA, 73 strikeouts. In the postseason, 7 postseason starts, a 3.35 ERA. It is his first start in the World Series. So that's a big out there with Carlos Correa. But yeah, so when they first announced the Guardians name, I was okay with it, I guess. But the more that I think about it as time has gone by, I can't stand the name. I really can't. It just sounds cringy to me. Is that just me? I just find it cringy. Like it just sounds weird to say the Guardians. I don't know. I can't I don't know. Maybe I'm just used to saying the Indians. I don't know. Oh, Blue just donated $4. I love your work, man. Keep it up. I appreciate you, my friend, for coming out. Hey, thank you so much. Really appreciate that, my friend. But yeah, I don't know. As time has gone by, I have started liking the Guardians name less and less. I just think, you had really good opportunities out there where I think a lot of people wanted the Spiders name. I think people would have been okay with something like the Rockers, to pay homage to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I think there were just some things out there you could have gone with some stuff. I don't know. I don't remember one. Oh, there's a base hit. Kyle Tucker up the middle. That was a shot. And there's a base hit for Kyle Tucker. And the Astros, after the Correa strikeout, have something going. But the Guardians, I don't know. I don't like the name. I'm liking it less and less just because I feel like there were better options out there. I don't remember one person out there like screaming from the mountaintop saying we should name them the Guardians. Everywhere you went, spiders, rockers, rock and roll, like something. And then the Guardians, I don't know. It just sounds weird to me. It sounds cringy to me. I don't know. It doesn't feel like a natural name for a baseball team. I don't know. It feels forced. I don't know what it is. It's just something I can't really wrap my head around. But I find it very funny that the roller derby team decided to put in a lawsuit against them. But this guy commented, he tweeted out today saying, bless the hearts of the people who think the amateur roller derby team that hasn't competed in years, doesn't own any trademarks on the name, is going to prevent the baseball team from becoming the Cleveland Guardians. I wrote back saying, I'm all for it. Guardians is an awful name. And then he wrote back to me saying, your team is named after Sox. Well, there's another base hit up the middle. Yuli Gurriel, that moves Kyle Tucker from first to third. It was a hit and run. And they're starting to get the Fried here. Runners on the corners. But this guy wrote back to me, your team is named after Sox. Okay, here's the thing. It is a name that has, sure, yes, technically you are correct. You are correct. The Red Sox are named after Sox. It goes back to when the team was trying to figure out a name and ended up paying homage to the red stockings that they would wear. But of course, yes, they're named after Sox. That's, when you really think about it, hey, a little lackluster, but it has a lot of historical, because it goes back. Oh, ground ball, not in time at first. Jose Siri reaches first. Kyle Tucker scores from third, and the Astros have a 2-1 lead. But getting back to my rant, the Red Sox, sure, they're named after Sox, but you got to remember this was a name that was come up with over 100 years ago. And they've had this name for over 100 years. Okay, so I don't know. I don't see the comeback there. I don't really. Yeah, they're named after Sox, but at least we kept our name for over how many years now? When was the Red Sox name? What was it? 19. Yeah, 19. Was it 1906? So remember, they were the Boston. They were the Boston Americans. When was the year? It was 1907. So, yeah, I mean, my comeback for you, my friend. At least we've had our team name for over 110 years now, or it's like that's the best you got. At least your team name is named after Sox. Like, okay, well, all right, cool. Well, have fun with your Guardians name that no one likes. Hey, the Cleveland Drummers for Andrew Lee has a bit of a ring to it. Has a bit of a ring. But here we go. Maldonado is up for the Astros. Not much of a bat. Not much of a bat. But he could always do something, Maldonado. 2-1 against Max Fried here. Maldonado. Oh, my goodness. Look what I said. He could always do something. And Maldonado. Oh, bad throw. Here comes Siri. He slides in safe. And the Astros are up 4-1. This is the energy that Houston has been looking for. This is all-out hustle baseball right here. Maldonado coming up big in a way that you're not really used to, not really known for the bat very much. Hits a base hit to the left side. Eddie Rosario tried throwing Siri out at third. It was an errant throw. It went to the backstop, and Siri, heads up baseball, ran home, slid in head first. And just like that, the Astros have a 4-1 lead. So just to backtrack here, a lot just happened on that. Martín Maldonado had the base hit to left. That scored Yuli Gurriel. Rosario tried throwing to third to get Siri out. Bad throw, went to the backstop. Siri took notice. Heads up baseball, ran home, head first slide. Astros with a 4-1 lead. Gotta love it. I love when guys that you least expect step up. Love that. I mean, everyone, this is what I kind of saw. I'm kind of seeing, and I did not like the matchup with Max Fried. Did not like the matchup. Sure, he's had good numbers, but he doesn't match up well against this Astros team. Ooh, nice curveball there from Fried. Left it up a little high, but definitely had enough spin and movement on it to fool Altuve. But right now, the Astros are in command with a 4-1 lead. Max Fried, at this point, you're just looking to see how many innings you can get out of him. He's had 33 pitches so far, so the pitch count isn't really too worrisome, but he's got to work here. This Astros lineup, you have no breaks against this lineup. You had your break with Martín Maldonado, and you wasted it. Oh, wow, really, John? That's really what happened? A viewer on the channel flagged you. Really? You didn't even say anything. I always keep track of the chat, and I don't remember you saying anything to anyone that was... Oh, wild pitch. Runner moves up to third. Oh, man, the Braves are having a bit of a meltdown of an inning right now. Splorts Azion, what's going on? Oh, that's an underrated comment right there, Jason. Fried looks fried. But here we go. Runner on third. Maldonado coming up big for the Astros. Gotta love it. But Rosario, as good as he has been in this postseason, he is not immune to a mistake here and there, and he made a mistake there at a pretty bad time. Altuve lifts it to center. Curveball outside. He reached out for it. Oh, not deep enough. Not deep enough. Duvall made a strong throw back into the infield, and Maldonado had to hold up a third. Yeah, he would have been out. He would have been out. Maldonado doesn't have speed. Maldonado is there to call a good game for the pitcher, to play some defense, come up occasionally with the bat. Yeah, John, I'm sorry about that, my friend. I'm not sure who did that to you. Unfortunately, you get some people in the chat sometimes where, I don't know. Maybe you said something baseball related and they disagreed with it. And they were like, "Oh, I don't like this guy. I'm gonna flag him." Probably what happened. Here we go. Michael Brantley coming up, hitting .333 in this postseason so far. Brantley, one of the toughest guys to strike out. He had the third lowest strikeout percentage. Abdron, that's going to be a tough strikeout. Going to be a tough strikeout. Here we go, 0-1 count. Max Fried tried to go with the slider. Brantley will not bite at that kind of stuff. Will not bite at all. Thorpo, what's going on? How are we doing? Oh, no. Jason is saying Giraffe Neck Mark strikes again. Oh, there's a swing and a miss from Brantley. He did go chasing. That was a better curveball than the slider that he threw right before. But Michael Brantley down to 2 strikes here. Can Max Fried get out of this? Another curveball. Brantley gets a piece of it. Oh, actually, that swing and a miss was on a slider. Almost looked like a curveball. Chupapi Muñano, would you rather Vin Scully come back to life for one broadcast or Joe West call strikes and balls correctly for the rest of his umpire career? I love Vin Scully, man. I love Vin Scully. Balls and strikes getting messed up is just part of the game anyway. Ooh, good slider there from Fried. Looks like Brantley, he is seeing the slider well. But Brantley's going to be a tough out. Not a good start here for Fried. He didn't look very good against the Dodgers in his last outing. Having a tough time here against the Astros tonight. He is really having to work in this inning. And then you got Michael Brantley. There is not one break in this lineup. Here we go. 2-2 count, 2 outs, 4-1 Astros. And Brantley rips a base hit to right, and that's going to drive in the Astros' 5th run. And it is a 5-1 Astros lead. William, I hate to say that I was right, but I mean, I don't know. When you look at everything, it didn't look like a good matchup. Trust me, I would love Max Fried to go out there and deal, and I was hoping he could prove me wrong. I always hope, if I don't like something, I hope someone can prove me wrong. But I don't know. I didn't like it. There was too many things going the Astros' way. When you're just looking at the baseball numbers, the Astros, they do well against left-handed pitching. And then, you take a look at the fact that the Astros, they were the best team this year at getting on base. They don't swing at a lot of pitches. And then you look at someone like Fried. He has trouble getting guys to swing and miss. He's a lefty. And then the Astros, they got to come out in this game with some urgency. And, they needed to start this game off the right way, and this is exactly what the Astros did. Correa, ground ball to third. Riley has it on to first, and the Braves are finally out of this second inning. 4 runs in this second inning. The Astros came up firing here, and they have a 5-1 lead. At this point with Max Fried, you're just looking to just try and get through a couple more innings. That Braves bullpen really had to work. At this point, I think Fried, you got to keep him in there but then you don't want to keep him in there too long to where it just messes with him, psychologically. He's got to find a way to dig deep here. He's got to try and get you a couple more innings. I think that's going to be huge for the Braves. He's got to knuckle down. He's only at 43 pitches. He's got to go more. He can't be done. You can't work this Braves bullpen too hard. You do have the day off tomorrow. That is one thing. But if you can preserve a few of these guys, give them a bit more of a rest for game 3, I think that's a big thing. Chris, have you ever seen Wardy NYM? He makes really good. Yeah, Wardy's great. If you need, oh no, John, I forgot DraftKings. Oh wait, no, didn't I already do it? Oh wait, no, I didn't do it. Dang it, man. I tried to do it yesterday. But yeah, no, if you're a Mets fan, Wardy NYM, great channel. If you want to just listen to anything Mets, he's got a good one over there. No Waffle, gotta go. Be back Friday. I'll see you then, my friend. Yeah, Jason, I agree. I think Fried has a pretty simple delivery. I think guys can really time him up pretty well. Thorpo, thank you so much. If anyone else Hey, everyone, if you can hit that like button for me. We've got 70 people in the chat right now. Let's try and drive this to over 100 people tonight. Let's hit that like button, everyone. Yeah, Will, Wardy's a great guy, even for a Mets fan. Yeah. I really like I like what Wardy's doing, man. Yeah, Chupabi Muñano, we took a look at that earlier. Tucker Davidson replacing Morton on the roster. I think that's good. A guy that can probably come in long relief, give you a couple innings. Maybe Tucker Davidson could be, could really give you something. Chris, what type of content am I doing in the offseason? We're going to be doing live shows every single night, Monday through Thursday, going over news and rumors and whatever else for offseason. We'll be doing MLB The Show rebuilds. I'll be doing tier maker stuff. Whatever else comes to mind. Oh, Jason. Yeah, shorter than his normal delivery. I wonder if maybe something's off mechanically, or if that's something that he tried to, if that was purposeful. Urquidy gets him to hit a ground ball. Freeman grounds out. I like this situation for Urquidy tonight. I was worried about Urquidy coming in because he just looked awful against the Red Sox. But he's working at a different pace than he was in that game. There was something about Urquidy. He didn't look comfortable. He wasn't throwing strikes. Just something seemed off. I don't know what it was. I don't know. I don't know if it was maybe a little chillier in Boston that night. He just wasn't getting comfortable. I don't know what it was. John, yeah, it would be cool if you did some Uber content. I don't know. Could we maybe come up with, could we maybe come up with some, Steven AC Man 324 has just subscribed. Thank you, my friend. I don't know. I wonder if we could come up with something. I would have to get a dash cam, which I am allowed to do. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe we could do something. I'm not really looking to do anything, crazy Uber. I don't do the downtown scene at 2 a.m, when people are out drinking. I'm not into that. I'm into picking people up from the airport, dropping them off to their hotel, going around the theme parks, giving people rides around there, whatever else. I stick with I don't really go to the downtown area at night. I'll go to some better areas that are around me maybe at that time. But yeah, because there are other spots around where I live that are a little more, what's the right word? I guess classier, Downtown Orlando can get a little crazy. So, Austin Riley, great swing, but not off the good part of the bat. And there's a fly ball. Siri has it. And Urquidy, a very quick top of the third. JD Sports Zone, do cash cab? What is that? What is cash cab? I haven't heard of cash cab before. Papa Ducky 998. Looks like the Astros starters have one bad start and then the next start is good. It's pretty interesting, right? Framber Valdez up and down. Urquidy, bad start last time. Good start so far today. Chris, do you think this is Correa's last home game as an Astro? I don't think this will be his last home game. I think it's going to come back to Houston. I don't see this series going. I don't see this series going any less than 6. Cam S, what's going on, my friend? Hello. Oh, that's a game show. Cash Cab. That's a game. I've never heard of that one. Cash Cab is. Oh, I know what you're talking about now. Oh, I remember that. It's pretty cool. Because when I'm doing Uber, if I'm playing music, I usually do something that everyone can listen to. I'll go like Jack Johnson for the music. I'll do, Even like something like Frank Sinatra. I feel like you can't hate Frank Sinatra. You can't hate that kind of music, right? But actually what I've been doing a lot is listening to whatever game is on. Like, you know, so I was listening. There were a couple of games where I did, where I was listening to the Red Sox Astros because I, you know, wasn't home to listen to watch. And I was just doing post-game stuff. And especially in that first round, I was listening to a lot of the games. So, and then, you know, people were coming in the car and thinking, oh, who's playing here? And they're like, oh, cool. I'm a fan of this team, or I'm a fan of the Reds, or I'm a fan of the Mets, or whatever. So, you know, there are baseball fans out there. So, good to see. I'm glad it's not just here on YouTube. So, I'm glad I can meet some baseball fans out there in person. Hugh Salter. I didn't live in Boston. I live in Orlando currently. But I lived, Milo 1515 just subscribed. Thank you, my friend. But I lived in Worcester, Massachusetts when I lived in Massachusetts. Beto Ochoa. What's going to happen to the Cleveland baseball team with their name? Yeah, I wonder. Here's the thing. I just don't like the name, and I feel like here's the thing. This is what drives me nuts. This is what drives me nuts the most. I talked about this last night. Look at that's the same thing. It's the same thing. You literally didn't do anything different with these jerseys. Like, what even is this? It's literally just the same exact jersey. Like, you couldn't do anything. This is so lazy. It's so lazy. If you're going to do a name change, go big with it. You know, look what the Rays did, how many years ago now? 13 years ago. You know, they changed everything. They changed the name. I mean, sure, they basically just shortened up the name. But they went with new colors. You know, they had a new logo. I mean, sure, they have a new logo here too. But look at it's the same thing. You got the same colors. Like, I mean, I'm sorry, but like, it's just such a lazy attempt. You talk about this name change, right? For how many years? And that's the best you do? I'm sorry, but it's sorry. It's such a lame, like, you know, if you're going to change the name, you know, don't do just a poor attempt. You know, and fine, if you're going to go with the Guardians, okay. But could you at least have some different colors? Could you at least do something different? Why do you have to put these pictures out? You know, like, come on. It's just like, I get it. It's like, oh, we want to keep, the same feel we had for the Indians. I mean, get out of here with that. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Go big. You should have done the Spiders. You should have done the Rockers. You should have done the Rock and Roll. Everyone wanted the Spiders. That seemed like a majority kind of a thing. I think if you did a poll in Cleveland, they're saying they went to all these different like focus groups, and it's like, come on. Like, it's such a forced thing. Like, the Guardians. Get out of here. Like, no one wanted that name. One person, I think, out there might have suggested it. 2. Everyone said the Spiders. JD Sports Zone, can we get award predictions and early season predictions? I got to do awards soon. I held off on the awards because I felt like, after that regular season, I was more focused on playoff stuff. So I got to start doing awards here. We're going to have to start doing some content here soon. I got to get used to editing videos again. Ground ball to short. Swanson has it over to first, and there is the second out. Odd Villain. Yeah, Tom Hanks had that video. I mean, it was a pretty cool video. Pretty decent hype video. But, I don't know. This is just my opinion. I respect anyone. If you like the Guardians name, I'm cool with it. If you like it, I'm all for it. Me personally, I wasn't a fan of it. At the time, I was okay with it. But as time has gone by, I've just started to not like it. But here we go. Kyle Tucker had a base hit his first at bat. And Max Fried, he's got 2 outs here. This is what Max Fried needs to do. At this point, you got to try and hold the Astros at bay. You just got to come out here and start firing. If you're Max Fried, just go after him. You know, don't try and do anything pretty. Don't try and be cute. Come out here, throw some strikes, pump in some fastballs. Stop trying to be so cute with the curveball and the slider. Just pump in some fastballs. You know, you're already down 5-1. The goal right now for Max Fried and the Braves, get some innings. That's what you need to do. I like the mentality Max Fried has here. He's working really, really well in this inning. I like the speed that he's working. He's pumping in more fastballs. I like what Fried's doing. The mentality looks a little more aggressive here. And I like that. Andrew Lee, that would have been cool too. The Cleveland Blues. I think that would have been cool. Hugh Salter. Oh, my God. Oh, wow. Didn't know about the name change. Yeah. Kyle Tucker pops it up. This is what I like about Max Fried. He's not trying to be pretty here. He's just throwing pitches. He's just throwing the ball. Look at the difference. He got some guys out, some good bats out. This is what he needs to do. He needs to go out there. He needs to give you 2 more innings. Go in there, throw fastballs. Throw a couple curves. I like it. Caden, how long has Joe Buck been on Fox? How many years is it now? Like 30? 20? 25? Something like that. Thorpo, I'm an Astros fan. Thank you for not being one of those people who gives no benefit of the doubt to the Astros. Makes me feel better. Also, King Tuck has been fouled. Kyle Tucker, man. This guy's been fantastic. Beto Ochoa, saw a report there. Cleveland getting sued. Yeah, Cleveland getting sued. Here is, let's pull up the article here. Cleveland Guardians. I mean, I think it's kind of funny, you know? I do think it's funny. Federal lawsuit alleges former Cleveland... And here's the thing. And, you know, that guy, whatever, was tweeting out at me when I wrote back to him saying, hey, I'm kind of glad this is happening because I think a lot of people didn't want this. You know, I think a lot of people didn't want this name. I think people were pretty split on the logo as well. So, I don't know. I think some people like the logo. I was okay with the logo. I can see why people think it's boring. You know, I don't know. But I liked this. I like that this team, sure, yeah, this guy wrote me on Twitter, you know, where he wrote on Twitter saying, oh, I feel sorry for all those people that think a team that hasn't even competed in years and they have no trademark of it is gonna win this. Well, you know, but then again, a lot of it's not just that they're filing a lawsuit over the name. They also claimed that the Cleveland, formerly known the Cleveland Indians organization, lied about the trademark. So that's what I hate about this guy tweeting this out. You know, once again, I'll read this tweet. I'll just pull it up here. I'll pull it up. I'll even just show you the tweet. It was from this account. It's just like a fan page or whatever. He tweeted out here. Where is it? Where is that tweet? Yeah, here it is. So bless the hearts of the people who think the amateur roller derby team that hasn't competed in years and doesn't own any trademarks on the name is going to prevent the baseball team from becoming the Cleveland Guardians. It's not just about the name. It's about the fact that the Indians, they lied about it. They lied about the trademark. They lied about I have to go read it more, but let me go back to that article really quick. So here we go. So federal lawsuit alleges former Cleveland Indians ball club tried to hide the name change, offered nominal compensation. They tried to pay them. The Cleveland Flat Track Roller Derby team, known as the Guardians, filed a federal lawsuit Wednesday to block the Indians Guardians baseball team from using the same name. You can read the full lawsuit at the bottom of the story. The Major League Baseball franchise, known as the Indians since 1915, announced plans in July to drop the name. When the team unveiled its plans for the new name, it said it was aware of the Guardians roller derby team. The baseball team said it had taken the proper legal steps to appropriate the name. So the Derby team's lawsuit filed in the U.S. District Court of Northern Ohio alleges the ball club shortchanged the Derby team. The lawsuit says the negotiations between the Derby and ball club broke down. So here was the what it said in the lawsuit here. Jose Urquidy with a strikeout, and Jorge Soler back to the bench. You got to love what Urquidy's doing here tonight. Throwing strikes, being aggressive. Major League Baseball would never let someone name their lacrosse team the Chicago Cubs if the team was in Chicago, or their soccer team, the New York Yankees, if that team was in New York. Nor should they. Christopher Pardo, the Derby team's lead attorney, said in a statement, the same laws that protect Major League Baseball from the brand confusion that would occur in those examples also operate in reverse to prevent what the Indians are trying to do here. By taking the name Cleveland Guardians overnight, the Indians knowingly and willfully eviscerated the rights of the original owner of that name. So the question is, did they have the trademark? So that's what I'm wondering. It's been widely reported that the former Cleveland Indians baseball team filed its first trademark application to become the Guardians in April. The team's paperwork was filed from the African island nation of Mauritius to help keep its plan a secret. Wow, they went all the way to Africa to file this and allow it time to build a rebranding plan and finish the season as the Indians without distraction. Interesting. They went to an island to file paperwork. Very interesting. When the roller derby team complained to the Indians, the MLB franchise offered a truly nominal amount to buy the team's intellectual property rights, including its social media accounts and the valuable clevelandguardians.com domain name. So, very interesting. Now, I just want to know, do they have Cleveland Guardians? Is it a trademark? Like, do they have the trademark filed? I would imagine they do. You would think, right? You would think you would trademark the team name. So let's go here. Another strikeout for Jose Urquidy. Jock Peterson down on the K. Everyone, sorry, I'm really interested in this right now. Here, let's go back to the game here, and I'll go back to that between innings. Sorry about that, everyone. Jason, I'm okay with that logo. I'm okay with that logo. I don't hate it. I can see why people don't like it. Yeah, John, I wonder how future fans would explain the movie Major League. Yeah, interesting. Kyle Holmes, MLB just keeps burying itself. Lowest ratings for a game one. Games are over 4 hours. Pitching changes every couple innings. Just getting crazy. Plus now this Cleveland situation. I will say, I didn't catch the ratings for game one. I'm not surprised. Because it wasn't a great game overall. I mean, great for Braves fans, but it just wasn't a fun game. There's a pop-up. Duvall out to right. Kyle Tucker runs in. He's there. And there is the third out. Jerome Gonzalez. Oh, no. The wife is getting mad. Tell the wife, hey. We mean well over here. We mean well. Join us for some baseball. But here we go. Yeah, and I guess there was also a fan in the stands yesterday for Houston saying the chop was racist or something, and I'm like, come on now, what are we doing? Like, God, I'm surprised people in Houston were like even okay with that. Here we go. Let's go back to this story here. Cleveland team sued by roller derby team over Guardians name change. So, here we go. Major League Baseball's Cleveland Indians, which is changing its name to the Guardians, was sued for trademark infringement on Wednesday by a local roller derby team. So I would imagine the roller derby team had the trademark. I don't see why they wouldn't. You would think that they would have the trademark. The lawsuit was filed 3 months after the Indians announced it would change its name to Two sports names in the same city cannot have identical names. There cannot be two Cleveland Guardians teams in Cleveland, and to be blunt, plaintiff was here first. The co-ed roller derby teams that has used the Guardians name since 2013, and it was registered in Ohio in 2017. It's registered. So what is this guy talking about? It was registered. Doesn't own any trademarks on the name going forward. So when I say I'm all for it, Guardians is an awful name, this guy comes back at me saying, oh, your team's named after Sox. You don't even know what you're talking about. It's registered. Is there a way to look up if something is, like, I don't know if there's like a database you can look this stuff up? Oh, hold on, everyone. My iPad died. 1 second. Goodness gracious. I got to start charging my iPad. There we go. Let's go around here. Here we go. Game back on. Oh, they got a nice little truck out there. Oh, it's a Chevrolet. Nah, I'm all right. Chevrolet. I don't mind their trucks. I guess they're all right. Chevrolet, Ford, they make good trucks. The cars, on the other hand, maybe not so much. But here we go. We're back to the game. We'll talk more about that Indians name change here in a second. I think that's getting some legs. I think it's going to be hilarious if the Indians are going to have to... the roller derby team, they could be the heroes that we don't deserve. Is this on yet? Come on. Here we go. Max Fried back out here. Bottom of the fourth. The goal right now for Max Fried, throw strikes, limit the damage. You got to get through 5. You got to preserve that bullpen. Honestly, if you can get through 6 somehow, get through 6. You know, if you can keep the pitch count down. I think maybe Max Fried, they probably limit him maybe 75 pitches. Don't get the pitch count too high. That way you can keep him well rested for the rest of the series. One bright side you can look at here for Max Fried. Okay, you came out here game 2. You've seen what the Astros do here. You've seen their game plan. You see how they did things. So Max Fried, he has a chance here to adjust. Max Fried inside on the hands, pops it up to Rosario, and there's the first out here in the bottom of the fourth. Here we go. iPad back on. Here comes Jose Siri. There we go. We're back on. Everyone, we're at 51 likes. Let's get to 100 likes here. Let's get to 100 likes. What are some comments that I missed? Sorry, everyone. My iPad died, so I couldn't quite see what you guys were saying. Yeah, honestly, Jacob Toon, I mean, you're not wrong. If people are going to get mad about the team's name, you might as well just, call the team by the city, right? Like the Washington football team. I remember when they changed the name to the Washington football team from the Redskins. People were like, are you serious? Like, you wanted the name change. You wanted the name change. This is what you wanted. Now you're going to complain about it? Get out of here. Like, get out of here. It's ridiculous. Rainiel Soto, do you celebrate Halloween? Absolutely. Give me all the candy. Give me all the candy. Pro Gamer Mr. T, looks like the Braves are choking. I expected the Astros to come out. I called for the Astros to win this one tonight. I called it before the series. Same thing with Valdez. Yep, Papa Ducky. Yep, bad start. What else are we seeing here? Abjuron, yeah, calling by the city seems perfectly fine. Mascots are cringe at best. Hey, don't get on Wally over here, okay? Wally is my homeboy. Do not get onto Wally. I will love Wally until the day I die. Jimmy132, Robbie, you were right. Astros could win this. You said last night you thought the Astros would win. I guess, yeah, I didn't like the matchup for Max Fried. I didn't like it before the series. Max Fried, big strikeout. Giving a lot of respect here for Max Fried. A lot of respect. You're coming in here, you give up 5 runs. I love the way he is just kind of really grabbed it by the horns. Instead of just, going back into his shell, he's coming out here and firing. I like that with Fried. That shows he's a competitor. I like that. Caden, I'm going to say no. I think the Astros hang on to it tonight. Maybe the Braves score a couple more. Yeah, William Fulgham, I agree. John, feel kind of bad for the media who own iPhones and say, "Hey Siri." Yeah, Papa Ducky, man. Morton was a big loss. So hopefully the Braves can figure it out. They brought up Tucker Davidson, so hopefully he can provide something for this team. Yeah, Jimmy 132. I was thinking an Astros win. Tonight. But hey, who knows? Maybe the Braves can come back here. Maybe they can come back. But here's Maldonado. Came up big in his last at-bat. Had an RBI. That also, Eddie Rosario on the play. Threw it to third. A bad throw. Jose Siri was able to come around third on the bad throw and score. Absharon. Oh, man. I just love the Green Monster, man. I just love it. That dude, it's such a goofy mascot. I love it. There's a swing and a miss from Fried. Fried has looked really sharp in the last couple of innings. Again, give him a lot of credit. All right, we need to look more into this Cleveland Guardians situation. Here we go. Let's read this article. This is a good website, by the way, Reuters. If you need some articles that provide some truth out there, this is a good website. But Indian spokesman Bart Swain said in an email that the team remains confident in our position to become the Guardians. We believe there is no conflict between the parties and their ability to operate in their respective business areas. That sounds like to me there's some conflict, my friend. The fact that you're trying to dumb it down, you're just trying to preserve your own business ventures, my friend. There have been occasions when teams in the same city shared names, even at the professional level. For example, New York had baseball and football teams named the Giants, while St. Louis had teams in those sports named the Cardinals. Trademark lawyers said Wednesday's lawsuit was not frivolous, but would likely be settled with the Indians paying money to the roller derby team to use the Guardians' name. There's no blanket rule in trademark law that two teams, even in professional sports, cannot have the same name. Andrew Scale, a partner at the Mintz law firm, said that for the Indians, an entire advisable move would be to buy the roller derby's team name from them. Talks to resolve the dispute broke down on Tuesday. As a nonprofit organization that loves sports and the city of Cleveland, we are saddened that the Indians have forced us into having to protect the name we have used here for years. You would have thought the Indians had to have known. They had to have known this. There's no way they didn't know. And they just did it anyway. And in a way, I'm kind of like, but you went with a name that no one even wanted. Leave the Guardians name for the roller derby team. That's fine. I'm okay with the roller derby team being the Guardians. That's cool. You can keep the bad name. That's fine. You should have called yourselves the Spiders. Sorry. Everyone wanted it. Raptor Jesus, what's going on? Braves not looking too hot. Chupapi Muñano, I'm about to go on a rant. Because obviously, the roller derby team they had, is there a way, can I look up trademark? I don't know, what do you even look for? Trademark database? I guess, can you look up trademark? Here we go, search trademark database. Here we go, search our trademark database. Here we go. Basic word mark search. This option cannot be used to search design marks. Okay. Here we go. Word. Okay, let's just try this. Cleveland Guardians. Okay. All right, what is this? So you got 3 live names. 3 are dead. Okay, what was this? Here's the trademark. Oh! Okay, Guardians Roller Derby. Hello, and going back to this tweet, Bless the hearts of the people who think the amateur roller derby team that hasn't competed in years and doesn't own any trademarks on the name. Hello, you moron. It's right there. Sorry, I don't mean to, call people names, but it's right there in the trademark database on the government website. Stop tweeting things that aren't true. You are wrong. It's right there. Stop it. God, I hate Twitter. It's so annoying. I hate when people tweet stuff like this. And then when I say it, I'm all for it. Guardians is an awful name. He comes at me saying, oh, your Red Sox are named after Sox. How old are you? Are you 15? You're 12 probably. I just proved you wrong. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. Hold on, excuse me. I need to look this. That just drives me nuts. And just to make sure, this is yes. United States Patent and Trademark Office. Right there. What is this one? Okay, so they... Okay, hold on. Wait, hold on. Maybe I'm wrong here. So wait, they filed this July 27, 2021. Oh, hold on a second. Let me backtrack my rant. I thought maybe that was... Okay, let me go to this one. Okay, so these were filed... Either way, I mean, whatever. Okay, so they both have trademarks. All right. So July 23rd, 2021. The roller derby, July 27th. So what is this one? Standard, I don't know. There's just so many words going on here. All right, well, maybe... I don't even know. There's just too much stuff going on here. Either way, whatever. Even if the Indians baseball team filed a trademark, it's still, it's still just, I just don't like it. I don't like the move, In the end, probably will just end up settling. So that's what's probably just going to end up happening. What do we got going on? 91 people in the chat. What's going on, everyone? Trademarks can definitely be a finicky thing. I will say that. It can definitely be a finicky thing. I wonder what these are. Cleveland Guardians. This one's dead. So what is... I'm not really sure what this one was. No claim. Bryant Street, what even is this? This is all this language going on. So this was for athletic apparel, shirts, pants, jacket, I don't know. Either way, both the roller derby team and the baseball team have active trademarks. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. It does look like, if I'm looking here, so here's the roller derby team. They filed it July 27th. Okay. And then the Indians baseball team, they filed it July 23rd. And then here, they filed it for, I'm not sure what this is for. This looks like maybe it was for, this is for all of the things that they could sell with their logo on it, I guess. So that looks like what it's for. So the Indians filed that June 7th. Either way, what I don't like about it that the Indians did was that they knew this name was out there. I mean, there's no way they didn't know. So I don't know. In the end, I feel like because obviously the Cleveland Indians, now the Guardians, that organization is obviously so big. I think they're just going to have to give a lump sum of money. But what I don't like that the Indians did is that they tried to do it under people's noses. They filed the trademark on an island over in Africa or over near Africa, so no one would see it or no one would hear about it and it wouldn't gain steam. So they tried to do it in a sneaky way, So that's what I don't like very much. So, but here we go. But that is kind of the big story today. That is kind of the big story. Michael Shin, why did MLB think that putting the umpire with the worst ball to strike accuracy in the World Series? I don't know. John, ultimately it depends if the city council votes to change the name and have due diligence, not to infringe on the name and the logos. Yeah. I just think in the end, they'll just settle. They'll just settle on the name. There's a ground ball. Rosario is out. They had the shift on, and it worked perfectly. Here we go. Steven, going to sleep. Wake me up if the Braves score. I'll be waking you up if the Braves score, my friend. Yeah, I mean, you saw it in the first at-bat. There was a fastball on the outside that looked a little generous. Last time roof was open, 2005 NLCS Game 5 when Pujols broke Lidge. Who remembers that? Who remembers Brad Lidge just getting absolutely torched by Pujols? Left that slider over the plate. Oh, my God. Brad Lidge was so good during that time. And then he was broken. But what I loved is that Brad Lidge, he got all the way back. And man, oh man, ended up closing it out for the Phillies in 2008. Freeman with a base hit. That was a rocket. And the Braves score. Duvall comes, or that was that Duvall. Once again, I get Travis d'Arnaud and Duvall mixed up. I swear they're the same person. Travis d'Arnaud scores. John, Roy Oswalt was the wizard for a reason. I loved Roy Oswalt. He was one of my favorite pitchers. That guy was nuts. Even just the windup that he had. Just such an elastic band of a windup. Abgeron, here we go. Braves making it interesting. Braves, they're not going to go down without a fight. Freeman hits well against the shift, though. Good for him. Yeah, Freeman he's a professional hitter. There's no reason to even put a shift on him. Jacob, yeah, we had a couple of guys go to sleep here. Jacob, got to wake up, my friend. The Braves have scored their second run. Ooh, Brandon Backey. I remember Brandon Backey. That 2005 Astros team was pretty fun. I like that 2005 team. Ended up getting swept by the White Sox, but, Clemens was really good that year. Remember Morgan Ensberg? Anyone remember Morgan Ensberg? Look at Andy Pettitte. I loved Clemens and Pettitte on the Houston Astros. Roy Oswalt was good. Who remembers Lance Berkman, huh? Remember Lance Berkman on MVP Baseball 2005? He was doing the juggling with the baseballs. Who remembers Adam Everett? How about Dan Wheeler out of the bullpen, huh? Craig Biggio. He was winding down in his career at that point. Craig Biggio, what a great career, man. Love Craig Biggio. After that year, he had a couple more years. I mean, his last season, he hit 285. Look at the that's slugging. Oh, wait, no. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong stat. He had an on base of 285, 251 batting average, but not bad by any means. Had 10 home runs, 50 RBIs. So, yeah, he was winding down there. 2005, and 26 home runs. Not bad. Who else do we have on this team? Hey, Brad Lidge, like I said. Willie Taveras, remember that? Jason Lane, and there's Brandon Backey. Man, look at this rotation. Roy Oswalt, Pettitte, Clemens, Backey. Look at these three guys. Oswalt, Pettitte, Clemens. Solid three starters. Remembers Wandy Rodriguez. Remembers Chad Qualls. Man, oh man. It's a good team. They just ran into a buzzsaw of a White Sox team. That White Sox team was just so good. Go back to that White Sox team that they faced. Oh, whoops. Look at this White Sox team. These guys are good. Remember Mark Burley? John Garland? Remember Paul Konerko? Aaron Rowand? Remember Jose Contreras? Freddie Garcia? Man. Tadahito Iguchi, he was a fan favorite that year. Man, look at this. Jermaine Dye. Juan Uribe. Neil Kotz. AJ Przinsky. This is such a good team. Such a good team. The Astros, you could argue, they had a bit of an edge when you took a look at stats. But this White Sox team, they were just, I don't know what it was. They were just on another level when they got to the postseason that year. There was just something with this team. They were just crazy. I think they only lost one game. They only lost one game to the Angels. They went 11-1. Crazy. 11-1 in that postseason. So, yeah, I did like those Astros teams. That 2004 Astros team, the 2005 team. Beltran was there in 2004. Yeah, that was when the Astros were in the National League. So, alrighty, we're at 94 people. Everyone, hit that like button for me, everyone. Hit that like button. We're at 56 likes. Everyone, we got to hit that like button. We got to get this stream out there for more people. Can we maybe get to 120 people tonight? Hitting that like button will get more people in here, more baseball fans. Hey, Jeff Kent, 2004 NLCS. Man, oh man. Yeah, Jim Edmonds. Jim Edmonds was nasty, man. I love Jim Edmonds. There's Max Fried back out there. I like it. I think this is going to be Max Fried's last inning. I think this is good for the Braves. This is good. They need to keep that bullpen preserved a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised to see Fried even maybe go 6. I would not be surprised. I think at this point with Fried, you just got to get innings. He's at 70 pitches right now. Again, wouldn't be surprised because they probably don't want to use him too much. Probably get himself some good rest. Altuve ground ball to third. Riley has it on to first. Raptor Jesus, 1 up, 1 down. Yeah, Raptor Jesus, I'm thinking so. When you've given up 5 runs, they tend not to really throw a ton of pitches. So, but I like what he's done here in the last few innings. It's good to see. Here's Michael Brantley. Always a tough out. 346 batting average in this postseason. He's driven in 9. Yeah, Beto Ochoa. Mo Vaughn. It was almost like we were seeing a preview of David Ortiz. Very similar guys. Big bodies, left-handed bats, slouched over a little bit. Love me some Mo Vaughn. He was probably one of my favorite players as a kid. Yeah, Zachariah, I was supposed to be going out for a birthday dinner tonight. We moved it to tomorrow because we just weren't that hungry tonight. And it works out because, we don't have a game tomorrow. So, Sound FX is here. While it's a 3-run deficit, there's still 12 outs to get, so this game is far from over. Fried just has to hold the line for at least 2 innings. Braves need to conserve the bullpen after game 1. Yeah, Sound FX, I've been saying this quite a few times. I actually really like what Fried's done. He could have really came back out for that 3rd inning and just completely just been a shell. But I like it. I like what he's doing. He's just being aggressive. He should have been this way from the start. That's how you have to be with this Astros team. You can't be trying to be pretty with this Astros team because they're not going to buy it. If you're trying to hit corners with your curves and throw, backdoor sliders and, whatever, they're not buying that. You just got to come after this Astros team. If they beat you, then okay. But, you're better off going after them. Be aggressive with them before they be aggressive with you. But Brantley's up. Bregman is on deck. A big strikeout for Fried, and he's got 2 outs here in the 5th. Again, Fried looking sharp in the last 3. I think this will probably be Fried's last inning. Maybe he goes one more. Maybe. Probably not. But I love that he's ending his start this way. It's like he's already figured out the adjustments to make. He probably went back into that dugout after 2. And, he probably said, all right, this is what they're doing. I need to start doing this. And look at the results. Here comes Bregman. Bottom of the 5th, 2 outs. Fried, after giving up 5 runs, has thrown 3 scoreless innings. Bregman had the sac fly in the first, hitting a modest 250 in this postseason so far. Max Fried trying to get back to the dugout. There's a nice curveball for Max Fried. Drops it in there for a strike. 1-1 count. This is kind of one of those unsung kind of performances where you could maybe, if the Braves end up winning this series, you could look back at this and really, you notice how here Fried as well, he's working with a tempo here. He's getting the ball back quick. He's working quick. You felt like he was working a little slower than this in those first couple innings. He wants the ball back and he's just throwing pitches. There's another swing and a miss, and Fried, a impressive 3 innings. A very impressive 3 innings from Fried. 5 runs in the first 2, but good 3 innings from Max Fried. Gotta love that. Now he's I'm thinking he's probably done for the night. Maybe he goes one more to try and give the bullpen even a little more leeway for the last few innings. I think with Fried, I think you can walk off there, and sure, you're going to be disappointed. Hey, at the end you gave up 5 runs, but at least you came back in those 3 innings there. You got to think with this bullpen, they got really worked last night in a win. Unfortunately, Charlie Morton breaking his leg, so you got to enjoy it. What am I watching right now? What is Angelina Jolie doing in a Marvel movie? What is this? What is this movie? Eternals? What is that? Why is Angelina Jolie in a superhero movie? Did I just see Spider-Man? What did I just see? I don't even pay attention to movies anymore. I don't even know what's out. Here we go. Javier in for Houston. Good call. Yep, just noticed that. Raptor Jesus stopped caring about Marvel after Endgame. I'm going to be honest with you. This might be a bit of a shock to a lot of people out there, but I have not watched all of the Avenger movies. I don't know anything about them. I don't know what it is. I can't get myself to just sit down and watch a movie. I don't watch movies. I don't know. I like, movies that I've watched in the past, but for some reason, I don't know what it is, I just can't get myself to watch movies. Especially in the last couple of years. I don't know. I feel like movies just died in the last couple of years. Is that just me? I don't know. Sound FX. Yeah, that's it for Urquidy. He was looking good through 5 innings. Yeah, I'm surprised. The Astros had to use their bullpen. I think probably because he was, gave up the run there in the 5th. They want to try and keep this game where it's at. They want to go to their bullpen. But Christian Javier is a good option to go to. You have the day off tomorrow. But yeah, I am a little surprised. Maybe you could have gotten one more, but I'm okay with Jose Urquidy going 5 innings. I think that's fine. Christian Javier, they're going to look for him for 2. So they'll get to the 8th inning in the bullpen. I think it's fine. But I like it. These were actually, again, Fried gave up the 2 in the first, or they gave up the 5 in the first 2 innings. In the end, he ended up putting together I don't want to say an okay start because he gave up 5, but at least he got through 5. The way he was working, it didn't look good. 113 people in the chat. What's going on, everyone? How are we doing? Everyone, if you can, hit that like button for me. I know all the YouTubers like to say it, but really it does help. We're at 62 likes right now, everyone. Let's get to 100 likes. Anonymous, do not use Matzek this game. He has been playing every game. Yeah, you don't want to break his back. I agree. Keep Matzek out of this game. Try, Even what's his face? Like just got added to the roster. Wow, I was just talking about him earlier. He just replaced Morton on the roster. Tucker Davidson. Sorry. Maybe get Tucker Davidson in here. Try and get an inning or two out of him. You also got for the bullpen on the Braves. We have, maybe you could see someone like Lee come in. I think that's possible. Dylan Lee. Not a lot of innings thrown at the major league level this year, but he has come into the postseason. I think you could see Lee. Michael Shin has just subscribed. Welcome to the channel. Hello, hello. Ooh, we're up to 120 people now. Can we get to 150? Can we get to 150? We're up to 68 likes. That's the goal for tonight, everyone. Hit that like button. Get to 100 likes. But Christian Javier, 1-2 count here. Christian Javier has been a pretty valuable arm for the Astros this postseason. I think a very underrated piece of this team. Go back to the Red Sox series. That Astros starting pitching, it looked dead. But Christian Javier, he's come in and he's provided a few valuable innings. So he can give you a couple innings at a time. Christian Javier, big strikeout of Austin Riley, and there's one out here in the 6th. Yeah, Christian Javier, I think, is a very underrated piece of this Astros team. But you got to like what Jose Urquidy did tonight. Sure, only 5 innings, but after the start that he had against the Red Sox, I mean, look at Urquidy's ERA in this postseason. And I'm telling you, his FIP is not going to look much better. They don't show FIP on MLB.com, but look at the postseason ERA at 9.45. Let's actually pull up Jose Urquidy on Fangraphs. That FIP was miserable. Yeah, a 13.37 FIP. He's brought down that ERA, though. Oh, Soler rips it down the line, and there's a double. Jorge Soler, his bats look pretty good in his first couple of games here in the World Series. And here we go, the Braves looking to make some noise. That was a really hard hit ball. Let's go to Baseball Savant. Let's check on the miles per hour. 109 miles per hour. There's no way Bregman was getting that one. 109 miles per hour. Ryan, man, we got to stay strong, man. Got to stay strong. Hey, good season for the Red Sox. I'm not mad at all. Michael Shin, KC, silent clap. Hey, representing Kansas City. Hey, one swing of the bat. I'm seeing you in the chat, Anonymous. One swing could make this a one-run game. That's what I like about this Braves lineup is you got guys up and down the order. You got like Peterson, Duvall. Even lower down the lineup, one swing can change the game. I like that, guys like Peterson and Duvall are batting, 6th and 7th. Those are guys that have power. Even someone like Darno who hit a home run in this game earlier. I like that these guys have pop towards the bottom of the order. Hey, Michael Shin, Braves can win without Morton. I think they can get it done. I mean, they won his start yesterday. I know he's out, but at least they won the game that he started. So I guess give him credit for that. So unfortunately, Morton being out, that's a tough loss, but at least they got the win out of it. So that's a good way to look at it. Jock Peterson, 1-1 count. Peterson takes a rip at it, but fouls it back. Christian Javier has him down to 2 strikes. Astros fans swinging the orange towels. Christian Javier comes set. 5-2 Astros lead. 1-2 count. Top of the 6th. 1 out. Runner on second. There's a slider on the outside. Ball. Christian Javier, he has one of those more slower moving sliders. Not really those sharp, high velocity sliders that we see a lot these days. He has like that slow moving kind of a slider. Yeah, Ryan McLean, I wonder how the Red Sox would have done in this series. Wonder how they would have done. Here we go. Peterson just gets under it. Took a good swing at it. But that's a fly out to Siri. And Soler has to stay at second. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. But up comes Adam Duvall. One swing of the bat here can make this a 5-4 game. That's pretty much what you get with an Adam Duvall. Low batting average, low on base, but the guy can crank it to the moon. This could get rather interesting. One swing can change this game. Oh, John, did he? I didn't even hear it. Ryan McLean, hey, the Red Sox could definitely be really good in 2022. I think a lot of it comes down to they have some interesting free agent moves to make, decisions to make. Ooh, swing and a miss from Duvall. There's an 0-1 count. You know, what's going to happen with Eduardo Rodriguez? You know, what are they going to do with Garrett Richards? You know, what are you going to do with these? What are you going to do with these guys? What's JD Martinez going to do? I could see JD Martinez opting out, especially when it seems like the universal DH is gaining steam. I could see JD Martinez opting out. I don't think it's a slam dunk that he returns to Boston. Ottavino. What's going to happen with Ottavino? You know? Ooh, swing and a miss again from Duvall. That was a good slider. And another 2-strike count for Christian Javier. But also a very interesting move or report today. Xander Bogaerts expected to opt out of his contract after 2022. There's a report out there that Xander Bogaerts will become a free agent after next season. Or at least he plans to opt out. It's going to be interesting. Here's Christian Javier. There's another slider in the dirt. Duvall does not bite at that one. 3 straight sliders. Does Christian Javier stay with the slider here? I think he does. Duvall here, maybe thinking fastball in the next pitch. Could Javier just stick with the slider? He's gotten him to swing and miss at it 2 times. I think he sticks slider. Why go fastball? Stick with the slider. He swung and missed at it twice. Go back to it. There's another slider. Hangs it a little bit, but Duvall gets under it. And Bregman's there. And the Braves unable to score the runner from second. Yeah, I think Castellanos could opt out. He had a really good offensive season. Yeah, Ryan McLean, that's also one thing. If the Red Sox do lose JD Martinez, maybe they could get Kyle Schwarber to come back. You know, I would hate to see JD Martinez leave. I really would. But, yeah, you know what? I don't know. I think they could make up for it. I love JD Martinez. I've really loved his bat. He had a good year, but it wasn't really like that 2018, 2019 year JD Martinez had. So, but Kyle Schwarber, he has a mutual option. Those mutual options are usually never picked up. So, Kyle Schwarber, I think he becomes a free agent. I would be happy with Schwarber coming back. He played well for the Red Sox. I think his bat, they really missed, I think, a left-handed bat this year. That's why they brought Schwarber in. So, So I think Schwarber would be a good fit. So maybe you can bring him back for like a 2-year deal. He fit well. You know, fans really responded to him. Paul, what's going on? You know, funny story. I never actually got to dinner tonight. We were hanging out earlier. We were thinking about going, and we kind of just kept putting it off, because we just weren't hungry. We did not have the appetite. So we decided we're going to go tomorrow night instead. And it worked out because there's no game tonight, or there's no game tomorrow night. We got a game tonight, so it worked out. Michael Shin, when do you see Jack Leiter making his Major League Baseball debut? I could see maybe towards the end of next season, depending on how he does. I could see him coming up maybe, August, September next year. I could see something like that. Corey Seager to Seattle makes a lot of sense. I mean, there's been reports, if you haven't noticed here, we've been seeing some reports of Corey Seager. Even Talkin' Yanks did a segment. They did a segment today talking about Corey Seager. Jeff Passan, I guess he sort of is maybe hearing that maybe the Yankees are in on a Corey Seager. So let's actually go here. Yanks go yard. So they did an article, what monster Corey Seager rumor could tell us about New York Yankees budget. The rest of the baseball world continues to tell the New York Yankees that money won't solve their problems, and while that might be technically true, the Yankees seem poised to remind the baseball world that spending money, in their view, is never really an obstacle to spending more money. At least that's what we're led to believe as the rumor mill calcifies around Corey Seager. According to MLB insider Jeff Passan on Tuesday's edition of the Michael Kay Show, Seager is the most likely member of the shortstop carousel to end up in a New York Yankees uniform in 2021. Some may not like the baseball fit because of the likelihood of Seager moving to third base by the end of the contract or his untimely clanks during the NLCS against the Braves. I don't like it. Here's the, if we were to listen to it really quick, here, let's play it really quick. Oh, wait, no, that's a GIF. Dang it. Sorry. I thought that was the clip. Jeff Passan on the Michael Kay Show predicts that Corey Seager will be the Yankees shortstop next season and command a contract above $300 million. But it was also the way that he said it too. I don't know. It sort of looked like he was just kind of throwing out some baseball talk. I don't like it. I don't like the move. I don't think, sure, the left-handed bat would fit nicely. But then again, you also have to remember the Yankees have been throwing Gleyber Torres out there, who is not a good glove. They don't seem to be really fazed by Corey Seager's glove. Or at least maybe they're not fazed by it. And I'm Yankee fans, I'm gonna poke the bear a little bit. I'm sorry. I'm gonna poke the bear. But Derek Jeter, not a good defensive shortstop. Not a good defensive shortstop. A negative 9.4 defensive WAR on Baseball Reference. And it doesn't stop there, ladies and gentlemen. If we go to Derek Jeter on Fangraphs, the defense doesn't look better over here either. If we take a look at the defense for Derek Jeter, a negative 19.8 defense. So the Yankees historically have never really cared about defense when it comes to short. So maybe Corey Seager to the Yankees actually makes more sense than people would think. The left-handed bat would fit well at Yankee Stadium. I mean, of course it would. I personally think, my opinion, I don't know. I like Trevor Story to the Yankees. I think that's a good fit. I think the Yankees need a glove. I think in this day and age, hey, in this day and age, defense is as important as it ever has been. I think a good glove at short would be good. But then again, I also understand, Trevor Story, the bat, it's not really, the best out there. I could also see Trevor Story going somewhere like the Diamondbacks. I could see something like that. There's a base hit from Correa, rips it through the left side. And the Astros got 2 on here. Max Fried actually did come back out for the 6th. I said I wouldn't be surprised if he came back out for the 6th inning. Think you maybe should have pulled him after 5. I think you had 3 good innings there. I think that was the time for, and here comes Snicker. I think you should have pulled Fried after 5. I think you gave him, I don't like that. I think I'm not surprised about him coming back out for the 6th because you really want to try and get the bullpen as much rest as possible. But I think you had Max Fried 3 good innings there. 3 good innings. He could have went in, left that start feeling good, but he came back out for those last 2 batters and he gave up hits. Or he gave up the walk and he gave up the hit to Correa. He could have really left this game feeling good after a tough start. I don't like him coming back out for the 6. I understand it, but I don't like it. Yeah, Raptor Jesus, and they also have the day off, so I think it would have been fine. Yankees need to sign an additional closer like Iglesias. I actually wouldn't be surprised if the Red Sox went after Iglesias. Wouldn't be surprised. I do. The only thing that kind of holds me back on that is the money. I wonder if Bloom would give someone that much money. I wouldn't be surprised because Bloom likes the hard throwers out there. So, be interesting. I could see him going after an Iglesias. It could be something. Jason Xander staying in Boston 100%. So the reports out there saying that he's looking to maybe become a free agent. I think that's a good business move. He's playing. If you take a look at Xander Bogaerts, he's making $20 million per season. Here we go. But if you take a look at his value, he signed that contract. When was that signed? That was, he signed it in 2019. So that he signed it in the beginning of 2019. So let's go take a look at Bogaerts. Let's take a look at his value. So go back to 2019. He was worth $54.5 million, according to his play. Go look at the short season last year. He was worth $15 million in less than half of a season. Look at what he did this year, $41.6 million. Obviously, his agent, they see this. He's playing much better than $20 million. I think that's a good thing for Xander Bogaerts to opt out after next season. He's not getting any younger. He's 30 now. He's still in his prime. 31 after this season, after 2022. I think that makes a lot of sense for Bogaerts to become a free agent because, hey, he's got to make his money. And I'll be honest with you. As much as I hate to say it, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Red Sox move on. Because that's what the Red Sox, they cut costs. And I'm going to predict it. If Xander Bogaerts opts out, which I could see him definitely doing, which according to the reports, that's looking like that's a very good possibility. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Red Sox move on and not offer him a deal. But here's the prediction. Red Sox fans are going to lose their minds. They're going to lose their minds. If they don't re-sign him, they're going to lose their minds. But you know what the Red Sox are going to do? They're going to find someone else, and you're going to move along. This is the same thing with Mookie Betts. Same thing. And look what happened. You got an Alex Verdugo, and everyone was pretty happy this year. I don't think anyone was crying about Mookie Betts this year. So I could see the Red Sox investing in a Rafael Devers. I could see that. But I don't see... I see that more likely than bringing back Bogaerts. Bogaerts is playing really high right now. He's playing at a very high level. Andrew Lee, Robbie, did you see the Uber and Tesla deal? No, I did not. I did not see the Uber-Tesla deal. Tucker with a ground ball to second. Albie's on to second base. He hangs on to it. A bad throw. Swanson had to reach out for it. But there's the first out. Runners on the corners now for the Astros. What is this Uber Tesla deal? Because, hey, everyone, I am an Uber driver on the side. I'm a teacher full-time, but I do Uber on the side. What is this? Uber will rent up to 50,000 Tesla EVs to drivers. Wow. Interesting. Oh, wow. Uber, they even tweeted out, proud to partner with, oh, it's a partnership with Hertz. So they make, they're going to make 50,000 Tesla EVs available to drivers using the Uber network. This partnership is another step towards our goal of becoming a zero-emissions mobility platform by 2030. Zero emissions by 2030. Are we actually going to have electric cars fully by 2030? Hey, Paul, I just saw you tweeted at me, my friend. Thank you so much. Oh, he tried getting him out at second. Oh, dropped it. And another run scores for the Astros. So it was a ground ball from Yuli Gurriel. Dansby Swanson tried throwing it to second. But on the transfer, he dropped the ball. Ozzie Albies, man, he is not... There's been times where he makes just like these... I don't know. He makes bad throws. He dropped the ball here. What is Ozzie Albies? What is his defensive rating? Albies makes a lot of these little goof-ups. He had a 4.4 defense this year. What about defensive runs saved? 1. 2.1. Man, it's weird. I don't know why. I'm seeing a lot of goofs from Ozzie Albies in this postseason. Like, not errors, but just, like, not great throws. You know? So, on the transfer... You have to have control of the ball. So you have to have control of it. They called him safe. I think that was the right call. I mean, unfortunately, he did have the ball, but he never had full control of it. He never had the ball secured in his glove. Yep. It popped out of his glove. Yes, the foot was on the bag. But you have to have complete control of the ball. Now, if he had transferred it over to his other hand cleanly, he would be out. But here we go. Jose Siri's up. 2 runners on. Dylan Lee is in. I thought Dylan Lee would probably come into this game. They steal. And they both steal. Kyle Tucker steals third and Gurriel steals second. A double steal. Not Juan. What's going on, my friend? How are we doing? How are we doing on the likes, everyone? Everyone, we're at 76 likes. We are 24 likes away from 100. 24 likes away from 100. Here we go, Maldonado. Oh, no, sorry, Jose Siri. So Jose Siri is still up. But Dylan Lee is trying to keep the damage limited here. The Astros are threatening once again. Yeah, I see this game. It's going to start slipping more and more away from the Braves. Wouldn't be surprised to see the Astros end up with like 12 runs tonight. I feel like the Astros, they're just going to keep attacking. They're not going to let up in this game. I'm going to predict a 12-3 final. 12-3. Jose Siri here. 2-1 count, 1 out. Runners on second and third after the double steal. Dylan Lee, fastball, swing and a miss. Jose Siri, 2-2 count. No, I think the stolen base for the taco already happened yesterday with Ozzy Albies. I believe that did they count that as a stolen base? Stolen base taco. Yep, that already happened last night, everyone. I'm seeing some people in the chat saying that would be 2 free tacos. But no, the stolen base already happened in game 1. Ozzy Albies stole second. Jose Siri trying to just put an exclamation point on this game. 6-2 Astros, they're threatening, 2 runners on. Dylan Lee comes set, here's the pitch. Jose Siri takes a swing, fouls it back. Ryan McLean, hey Siri. I do not have Hey Siri on my phone set up for that reason. Still over 100 people in the chat. Thank you, everyone, for coming out tonight. We're at 83 people right now. 83 likes. 83 likes. 17 more likes, everyone. All I ask, get us to 100 likes. Get us to 100 likes. Full count here to Jose Siri. 1 swing could make this a 9-2 game. Jose Siri only 4 home runs on the year. But Dylan Lee trying to keep this game as close as he can. Ooh, swing and a miss. Dylan Lee strikes him out. And here comes Martin Maldonado, who has a base hit tonight. Ooh, John, doesn't matter to me. I'm getting a free slushie from Sonics. Their promotion is if the Astros score 6 or more, it's a free orange slushie. Oh, man, I want a slushie from Sonic. I drive by a Sonic every day. Oh, man, I got to move to Houston. Here comes Jesse Chavez for the Atlanta Braves. Dylan Lee's night is done. All righty. What other baseball news we got on? We got any other baseball news here? Let's just go MLB. Any other baseball stories going on that I haven't seen? I'm guessing just everything's about. What were the Fox ratings? Let's go Fox ratings. World Series Game 1. Someone in the chat said earlier that these were that the ratings weren't good. They were up. They were up from last year, which I guess I don't know. Is anyone surprised about that? Is anyone surprised? The Tuesday's Braves Astros World Series Game 1 averaged a 6.1 rating. 10.81 million viewers on Fox, over 11 million across all the platforms, up 20% in ratings and 17% in viewership from last year's Rays Dodgers. I'm kind of surprised that was the rating for last year, because there was like nothing else going on at that time, right? Kind of surprised. I think maybe a lot of people were just turned off from the whole short season thing. They probably thought a lot of those people didn't think this World Series counted, or that World Series counted. But it is down from Game 1 in 2019. 2019 had a 7.3 rating, over 12 million over 12 million views on Fox. A 7.3 rating back in 2019. So it's up from last year, but it's down from 2 years ago. So what does that tell you? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what that tells you. Is the game getting boring? Are people just not a fan really of the matchup? Could be a lot of things. It was also on a Tuesday night. I feel like Tuesday night is just kind of a boring night as it is. I don't know. It's weird how that happens, right? I notice it on the channel. Tuesday nights on my, or if I post something on a Tuesday, it tends not to get a lot of views. Or if I post something on a Monday, it tends to be kind of better. It's weird. I don't know. Yeah, William Fulgham. Yeah. But I think it said here, it said that there were, wait, no, never mind. I thought it said how many views they got across all platforms. This was all Fox platforms. So, I don't know. Look, Jesse Chavez is in. Yeah, John, I think that's what it is. I think Tuesday is just not a great day. Well, what was game one? Was game one on a Tuesday last year? That was on October 20th. So October 20th. Oh, that was on a Tuesday last year, too. So let's go back to 2019. When was that game? 2019. That was October 22nd. There's a fly ball. Swanson has it, and that is the end of the sixth. But the Braves are able to limit the damage. 6-2 Astros. All right, let's go back to that 2019 World Series Game 1. So that was October 22nd. Wait, no, 2019. October 22nd. That was a Tuesday. All right, well, okay. I don't know what the heck I'm talking about then. So, I don't know. Has it always been... Does it always come on a Tuesday? Is the World Series always started on a Tuesday? Is that a thing? John, Pujols retiring. Was there a thing about that? Was there something about Pujols? Pujols. Albert Pujols' prediction will make Reds fans want to vomit. What is that? This is 2 days ago. Would former Reds killer Albert Pujols return to the Cardinals? What was the prediction? Oh, John Heyman predicts Pujols will return to the Cardinals. John Heyman, you don't know anything. Go away, John Heyman. John Heyman is just, I don't know. Heyman is a goof. Abgeron, any day is a good day if you have good product. I agree. I think at the end of the day, I think, I agree. I agree with that. Not Juan, Corey Seager to the Yankees. I mean, Jeff Passan, I got to listen to the way Jeff Passan said it. It sounded like the way Jeff Passan said the Corey Seager thing, because they asked him, like, hey, who do you see the Yankees getting? And I think he said, Corey Seager. I don't know. I think he said it more of like a kind of like a fun thing. I don't know. I don't know. But I've heard about Corey Seager. I feel like we've heard this rumor before that the Yankees were intending to go hard after him. Yeah, Eric Byrne, you're right. You're right. If look at, I mean, I'm sorry. I know you guys love Derek Jeter, but he was never a good fielding shortstop. He made great looking plays from time to time. I'm not taking that away, but he was not a consistently good defender. He just didn't make routine plays look easy a lot, you know? He made great plays, but overall, he just wasn't, he just wasn't really a productive shortstop overall. Great with the bat, you know, came up clutch a lot. So I wouldn't be surprised to see the Yankees go after Seager. Do I think they should go after Seager? I think they should go after Story. I think they need some better defense up the middle. I think they need more athleticism up the middle. So, I don't know. Yeah, John, I think that too. I think Story would be a good second option. So, they could maybe see, but that is also something Corey Seager might make sense because the Yankees have some younger shortstops coming up. You have Volpe. You also have Peraza. So if you go get Corey Seager, he could play short at first. He could play short in the beginning. And if you need to, Volpe or Peraza's looking pretty good. They could take over at short, and Seager could move to third. Urshela, I don't know what you do with him. Could Urshela maybe play first? I don't know. Or do you trade Urshela? I think Urshela could be a trade chip this offseason. Oh, Ryan, do you work in the minors for the Rockies? That's cool, man. That's awesome. What do you do? I think it's cool. Not Juan. You wouldn't be surprised seeing Kershaw with the Rangers. He lives in Texas, right? I think he has a home there. But I don't know. I just don't see him leaving the Dodgers. Chupapi, do you hear it a little bit? I'm okay if we hear the TV a little bit. I don't think I'll get hit with any copyright stuff. But Christian Javier is on for the top of the 7th. We got one out. 6-2 Astros. Max Fried getting off to a tough start today. He did nail it down in the last few innings. But overall, the Astros are looking pretty here. No, that's cool. That's awesome. I would love to work I would love to work in baseball in some way. I would love that. Just being around the game. I think that's cool. I guess this is the next best thing. I can sit here at my desk and, talk baseball. Hey, Eric Byrne, could you go get Noah Syndergaard? Could be a risky move. I wonder if the Red Sox go after Kluber again. Is there any word on Corey Kluber? Remember Corey Kluber was like a pretty hot commodity last year? But I haven't heard anything about him this year. Corey Kluber, what's the news? I haven't heard anything about Kluber. The Yankees have work to do on their rotation again. What are they saying here? I wonder if they bring Kluber back. I don't know. Let me know in the chat, everyone. Do you think the Yankees will bring back Kluber? I mean, he was healthy, right? He was only signed to a one-year deal, I believe. I think he was only signed to a one-year deal. There wasn't any option with it, right? Yeah, so I mean, let's go back to Kluber. Let's go to his game log really quick. Here's Christian Javier, top of the 7th, full count, one out. Ooh, Javier fastball just misses, and Swanson walks. Let's go to Kluber. Overall for Kluber, not a bad year. 3.83 ERA, 3.84 FIP. You go to the game log, going towards his last few starts. He looked okay. He had 6 innings against Cleveland back on September 17th. I don't know. I think Kluber is a bit of a dark horse free agent. I wonder if he'll go to the Red Sox. The Red Sox made a run at him last year. I could see Kluber going back to the Red Sox going back to him, seeing if he'll maybe work out something this time around. I'm going to say Stroman to the Angels. William Fogum. I'm going to go Stroman to the Angels. So it's a weird organization there in Anaheim. Marcus Stroman, he's kind of a weird cat. I could see that. I could see it. If the Angels are going to get, I don't know, they seem to have a problem with getting pitching. I don't know, maybe Marcus Stroman, that'll be a good fit. You got Trout there. You know, I think Stroman. I think the Angels need a guy, and I don't know. They just don't seem to be able to get pitching. I think the Angels, they're going to go after some pitching, but I don't know what it is. Pitchers don't want to go there, and it's not just in the last year or two. It goes back years. I've said this multiple times, but tell me one guy the Angels have gotten pitching-wise. Besides C.J. Wilson years back, who is another guy they've gotten that has actually been good, like really good? You know, I can't think of a guy. If you can tell me someone, I would love to hear it. Ryan, thoughts on the labor agreement? I think in the end, I think the media is going to pump it up because that's what that's what Major League Baseball wants to do. They want to make the other side look bad. Players Association, they like to get the media involved. You're going to see, it's going to be annoying. It's going to be annoying again, just like how it was with the shortened season. It's going to have its annoyances. You're going to see stuff going back and forth. I think in the end, they'll figure it out. They'll get a deal done. At the end of the day, it doesn't look good on your sport. The game is, you could say this is the most talent we have seen in the game of baseball, ever. Look at the talent that you have in this day in the game today. I think it's the strongest the product has ever been. You could say, maybe not ratings wise, but player ability wise, you got really good players out here today. So, you got just superstars here. I see in the chat, someone just said, John, you said Ohtani. You got a guy that you can market, who Stephen A. Smith doesn't think that you can market Shohei Ohtani because of the language barrier. Makes no sense. You had Ichiro for years. Ichiro brought over tons of fans. Made no sense. I still hate what Stephen A. Smith said. I still think it was just a garbage take that ESPN was like, hey, you should say this. Don't worry, it'll be all right. We just won't, bring it up for a long time, and everyone won't forget about it. I will not forget, Stephen A. Smith. I will not forget. I thought that was just such a dumb take. ESPN is a garbage organization. That company, man. Here's Eddie Rosario. Kara Hightower, what's going on? Welcome. Kara, one of our members, I will say, Kara, I went live from the beginning of the game. Not sure if you've been here for a while, but I ended up going live at the beginning. I ended up not going to dinner. We were gonna have dinner tomorrow instead. So welcome, Kara. Welcome. Big swing from Rosario. Good grief. That was a swing to the moon. Ryan, I respect that. ESPN. I used to love ESPN. I did. But they started, for me personally, I just felt like every time I would turn ESPN on, I'm not hearing anything about sports. I'm hearing stuff, political or whatever. And I'm just like, I don't know. Like, where are the sports? I don't know. I don't know. They've seemed to really take their attention off. ESPN has been losing ratings. Their ratings have been dying for years. They've lost subscribers, millions of subscribers, a substantial amount. I don't know. And I think people have kind of been seeing, I think a lot of people agree that they've seemed to be just getting away from sports. They still do obviously talk about sports, but people want to get away from what's in the mainstream media, whether, political stuff. They want to just watch a game. They want to just watch a baseball game without having to hear, something going on in the world. Like, talk about the baseball, it's always something with someone's offended by this or something. It's like something people are mad about this, in the world. It's like, just focus on the game, focus on the sport. If you want to go watch that stuff, go turn, on Fox or CNN or whatever it is. It's just my opinion. Just my opinion. Yeah, ESPN will always be around. Yeah. They have to go more. I saw that comment here, Eric Burns. They definitely have to pull some nostalgia out. And it's not a bad strategy. People do like nostalgia. I love me some nostalgia. Anytime they show like an old ESPN commercial, I love it. I love it. Those commercials are great. Freddie Freeman hits it to the right side, but on to first, and that's an out, and that ends the inning. Yeah, John, I think it seems to have become that. Abjuron, Joe Buck has failed as a commentator when the crowd and screams die. Just get someone in there that talks about the game. Yeah, I don't know. I'm starting to, we're always going to see the Joe Buck hate. Would I put someone else in there? Yeah. But what can you do? What can you do? Husenbergy, that's not a completely out of nowhere take. Sports maybe just aren't as fun to watch anymore. But I think that's why, the games today, look at the NBA, installing something like the play-in game, right? Major League Baseball trying to implement, different things to kind of change up the game. The 7-inning doubleheaders and, the runner on second in extra innings. They're trying to do different things, So teams are seeing that, and I think, leagues are noticing that, and they're trying out different things. So, Anonymous, Darno is their best hitter tonight. Good that he's finally producing, but that's not a good sign. But yeah, we got a 6-2 lead here. Astros up. Bottom of the 7th we go. This game, I feel like, has moved at a much better pace tonight. I feel like there's just better energy all the way around. Even in the chat, I've noticed we got up to almost around 130 people earlier. Last night, our high was at around, I think, 80, 85. I don't know if we even broke 90 last night. There's just a better energy tonight. I don't know if that's just me. I don't know if it's just because I had my espresso earlier. I don't know. But this game is more boring. I feel like it was better earlier, because the Astros fans were waking up. They had energy in the stands. And I think that pops off the TV screen. When you see fans going crazy, you're into it. You're into the game more. But when it's quiet, when nothing's really happening, tends to get a little boring. Yeah, Papa Ducky weekend. These weekend games should be good. Friday, Saturday night. Yeah, Jason, they have been pretty dull. They're not really close games. They're not like completely out of reach, but they're not really close either. Boring series so far. Yeah. I think it's a good baseball series. If you're a fan of baseball, I think it's good. But for a casual fan, I don't think it's great. Because you're not seeing any really close competitive games. There's not really, when you had the Dodgers in the World Series last year, hey, the Dodgers. Oh, Altuve rips it to left. Gone! Jose Altuve has left the yard. 7-2 Astros, his 4th home run this postseason. Jose Altuve adds another one to the Astros score, 7-2. Raptor Jesus is done. He is heading to bed. Nexus Eagles, worst World Series 2020. You had a couple of things happen in that World Series. You had that Game 4. That was pretty interesting. Yeah, Jason, I think you did say that yesterday. Yeah, Altuve just got into that one. Dusty Baker's all smiles here tonight. Dusty Baker was slouched in his chair yesterday just waiting for the game to end. 103 people in the chat. What's going on, everyone? How are we doing? Everyone, we're at 92 likes. We are 8 likes away from 100. Let's hit 100, everyone. Let's hit 100. Let's hit 100. Did we do it? No, we're at 92. Come on, everyone. Tap that little like button. But here we go. Drew Smyly is on. Just gave up the home run to Altuve. But, I like the approach the Braves have taken. They tried to squeeze as much as they could out of Fried. For the most part, he looked pretty solid, except for that sixth inning except for the sixth inning when he came in. You've brought in a couple of guys. You brought in Lee. You brought in Chavez. You got in Drew Smyly now. I like the approach the Braves are taking here. They're preserving their better arms. I'd be shocked to see Minter tonight. I'd be shocked to see Madsick tonight. Obviously, we're not going to see Will Smith tonight. You're not going to see those three guys. That's why I think the Astros, I called it to be a 12-3 final. So we're not too far off that prediction right now, but I think these Braves long relievers, they're gonna get hit a little bit. I could see Smyly giving up, a few runs, honestly. Lefty pitcher, Astros kill lefties. Hey, we got over 100 likes. There it is, 102 likes, everyone. Thank you so much. Brantley rips it into the gap. Peterson went a little far back, had to backtrack a little bit, but Brantley rolls into second. And the Astros have another runner on with no outs. W-Rod 77, Astros chance to take the series. I think it's 50-50 at this point. 50-50. Did Joe Buck say something bad about the game, John? I don't know how the Braves staff holds up this series with no Charlie. It's going to be tough. Nexus Eagles, this why I honestly couldn't stand everyone on Facebook acting like the Astros were doomed because lost game one. They lose one game and then butcher you the next four. I saw it firsthand. When the Astros were down 2-1, I'm thinking, why is everyone crowning the Red Sox right now? Why? Eduardo Rodriguez did the watch tap. I'm like, huh? I'm like, what are you guys doing? Like, why do you have this mentality right now? Like, the fans, I'm like, what is going on? It's 2-1. This is a good Astros team. Then they go on to win the next three. I'm like, what are you guys doing? I didn't make a prediction on that Red Sox-Astros series because I really did think it could have gone either way. There was a lot of things that could have really gone in different directions. The Astros, I will say, they did look toast. They did. That starting pitching it was in a really bad spot. But you know what? There is such a thing as guys, the stat sheet. You know me, I love the stats, everyone. I love the analytics. I love the numbers. But there's something where guys, they can kind of dig deep and they can come through for you. It's called heart. It's called digging deep. So, and the Astros did that. They made the right moves. Dusty Baker, he made the adjustments that they needed to make. They saw, when you looked, the Red Sox were pounding the Astros with their off-speed stuff. They were pounding it. If you notice, the Astros started pumping fastballs. They were killing them on fastballs. Look at Luis Garcia. Look at Luis Garcia, Game 6. This dude was pounding fastballs in the zone. The Red Sox couldn't do anything. They couldn't do anything. The Astros saw that. They were like, hey, they're killing our off-speed stuff. We got to start attacking them a little bit more. Not Juan thinking Red Sox going to win the World Series next year. Well, they tend to win every, 3 to 5 years, according to history. So 2004, 2007, that was 3 years. 2007, 2013, all right, that's 6 years, so whatever. 2013, 2018, 5 years. So roughly on average, let's see here. So that's a 3-year difference there. You had a 6-year difference from 2007 to 2013. 5 years between 2013 to 2018. So let's see, 3 plus 6 plus 5. So on average, about 4 to 5 years, the Red Sox will win one. So what, they won in 2018. So 2022 next year. Nah, we're not quite there yet. We're not quite there. I'll go 2023. The Red Sox are winning the World Series. They won't win it next year. Oh, Correa rips that one. Watch out, people in the stands. I'm going 2023. We're gonna have the Red Sox and who's gonna come out in the National League in 2023? Let's go. I'll go Red Sox Phillies 2023. Oh, there's a shot to right center. Duvall is there. That'll tag the runner. So Dave Dombrowski, he came into the Phillies last year. That'll give him a good, 3 years to improve the Phillies. I'll go Red Sox Phillies. That'll be an interesting storyline. Dave Dombrowski going up against the Red Sox. Could also see maybe, a team like the Padres. I don't know, man. I think the Padres, they really sold the farm. They sold the farm, man. And look at what they did this year. I don't know, man. I'm a little worried about the Padres. I mean, unless they want to start spending some money on free agents. I mean, they got some guys. I mean, Mackenzie Gore is going to be a big factor. Are you going to be able to get him back on track? I mean, he started looking okay towards the end of his minor league season. What are you going to do with Robert Hassel? How's he going to progress? Luis Campusano, what are you going to get out of him? I don't know. I'm a little worried about San Diego. What are some other teams? I think the Giants are actually set up pretty well. The Giants have a pretty decent farm. I think the Giants, you could see them in the World Series. The Giants, they only make the World Series, though, on those even years. 2010, 2012, 2014. So let's go Giants in the World Series next year. Giants in the World Series next year. I'm going to go next year. Let's go Giants. Let's go. I don't know. Who's going to go next year out of the American League? I don't know, man. If the Yankees go out and if they go out and make some moves, bring in someone like Corey Seager, if the Yankees go spend some money this offseason, whatever, I'll go again with the Yankees pick. I'll go again. I've done the Yankees in the World Series for 2 straight years. I'll go Yankees Giants next year, but the Yankees need to have a good offseason. So, Kyle Gray, man, thank you so much. Appreciate that. So what are you guys thinking for next year? I see Yankees Padres. Oh, Jason, Rockies Orioles. That could be the cream of the crop World Series right there. I love it. And also, how did I forget about C.J. Abrams? The guy wrecked his knee, and I've completely forgot about the guy. Cardinals Rays, I think, would be a fun World Series. Let's do it. Cardinals Rays. Giants, 2010 was Giants, yeah. Yeah, D-backs, Pirates, Tigers, Royals, and Rangers making the postseason would make for a good story. Yeah, I think you're going to see one of those teams in the mix. W-Rod 77, I don't see the Yankees going for Correa. I don't know. I don't know, because Corey Seager, it makes sense because his name has been linked to the Yankees for a bit now. Makes me wonder if someone in that organization knew something, and they just know that they're going after Seager, and they kind of mentioned it to someone. I don't know. Hey, don't forget about the Blue Jays. Let's go Blue Jays Giants in the World Series next year. Let's do that. Blue Jays Giants. I'm all about it. I think the Blue Jays are going to be good next year. I think the Blue Jays are going to be good. One thing to take note of, I mean, I'm sure you all have noticed it, but hey, no wild card winners in this series, in this World Series this year. Both division winners. Have we had 2019? The Nationals were the wild card, right? Yeah, the Braves won the division in 2019, right? The Nationals won the wild card in 2019. Am I right? I think the Nationals. Yeah, Nationals got the wild card. 2018, that was two division winners. 2017, that was also division winners. 2016, Cubs won the division. Did the Indians win the division in 2016? Yeah, they won the division, right? 2015. Did the Royals win the wild card? Or did they win their division? No, the Royals won the division. Yeah, it's not very often we have wild card winners in the World Series anymore. 2016, the Indians, I believe, won their division. Yeah. So we had 2019 with the Nationals. How about 2014? It was the Giants and the Royals. Giants were a wild card team that year. And the Royals were a wild card. So you had two wild cards in 2014. So, yeah. Don't see a lot of the wild cards in the World Series these days. Oh, Smiley with a good curveball right there. Gets Yuli Giri out of the swing and miss. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go. That's my World Series pick for next year. I'm going Blue Jays Giants. How do you guys like it, everyone? Give me a thumbs up in the chat. Do you like Blue Jays Giants in the World Series next year? I think the Blue Jays could have an argument to make a World Series next year. Let's do it. I think the Giants look pretty good. Make a couple of moves this offseason. I think they'll lose Chris Bryant most likely, and I think they could do it. J. Paul doesn't like it. Not human. I like it. Let's hope my Giants take it all. It's an even year. The Giants don't win in uneven years. They don't win it. They don't like the uneven years. You got to look for the even years. Sound FX, good job, Drew Smiley. Only damage was the solo missile by Altuve. Again, just need to buy that bullpen innings. But that throws Game 4 starter into question, as I assume Smiley would start Game 4. Is Huascar Noah on the roster? All right, so here's the roster. No Huascar Noah. So who is going to get the start? Well, Ian Anderson is going to get the start for the Braves for Game 3, but who's going to get the start for Game 4? Well, I don't know. Drew Smiley could still be the opener for Game 4. He'll pitch today, and then he'll have the day off tomorrow, and then he'll have Game 3. I could still see Drew Smiley pitching Game 4. But yeah, so I could definitely still see Smiley. Rick Ryan, you got Robbie Ray going to Boston. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like Bloom, knowing Bloom, I wonder if he's going to jump on something like that. I think I'm going to go Robbie Ray to the Mariners. But then again, I think the Blue Jays should bring him back. Eric Byrne, man, thank you for coming out tonight. Yeah, I'm excited for the offseason. Do we got any off-season predictions out here? Let me close out some of these tabs. Let's see. We got any off-season MLB off-season predictions? Here we go. Fresh predictions for top 2021, 22. These are back in September, though. I need some new ones. Sportsnot has their top free agents. Border Fuel Sports. What the heck is that? 5 days ago. They have some predictions. Here we go. They got Robbie Ray going to the... I think the Blue Jays should work on a deal. I think they need to bring him back. He had his best season. Here we go. Trevor Story. No, he's not. I'm already clicking out of this. Trevor Story is not going back. Hold on. That said 2021. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I jumped the gun. Never mind. I'm thinking. So Robbie Ray. Okay, sorry. I thought this was the prediction. So these aren't. Where will Robbie Ray go? The Phillies are also a team that could make a run at Ray. They finished in the bottom half. They could use a picture. So okay. So I guess they're saying the. And I'll look out for the Angels too. I wonder if the Angels could go for someone like Robbie Ray. That could be interesting. But I think the Blue Jays ultimately bring him back. I mean, why let this guy go? You had a really good year. You're in contention. You should bring Ray back. I think that's silly if you let him go. Okay, where are they saying Ray? Texas makes a lot of sense for Story. He is from Irving and played high school baseball there, and the Rangers are looking to start over after selling. I think Story could go to the Rangers. I could see that. As of right now, I got Story to the Yankees, but you know what? If the Yankees really wanted Story, they could have made a trade for him. But then again, they probably just waited to see if they could sign him. Chris Bryant. El Terrorista, just subscribe. What's going on? Let's go to Chris Bryant. Where do they got him? Re-signing in San Francisco makes sense, but I think the Mets can lure Bryant over and add another star. They got him going to the Mets. How about Corey Seager? Don't the Yankees make too much sense? They need lefties in a lineup stacked with right-handers. Short porch. The Yankees have the money. And hey. Carlos Correa. Where do they have Carlos Correa? This is the hardest of the five to pick, and to be honest, I don't know where to pick. I have heard and seen predictions from San Francisco to Miami. If I had to guess, Correa will likely take his money, become the face of a franchise that hopes to jump into a playoff race, a reunion in Detroit. I'm thinking the same thing. I'm thinking Correa to the Tigers. I'm thinking the Tigers for Carlos Correa. Makes a lot of sense. Go be the face of the franchise. That's why I could also see the Marlins. Is there anyone making any articles? Carlos Correa, Marlins. He's from Puerto Rico. Fishstripes.com. Correa must be Miami's big white whale this offseason. He would make a lot of sense for the Marlins. I'm hesitant on it. Oh, Tom Amiano with a $1.99 super chat. What free agent would you want to see come to the Red Sox? I haven't really thought about who I would want for them to go after. I'll take a look here in a second. Do the Marlins do what they did before with Giancarlo Stanton? Do they give big money to a guy? They did also just re-sign Miguel Rojas, so I wonder if that's really likely. I think he would be great with the Marlins, man. I don't know. I don't think he goes there because I think he's going to see that market, and they don't sell a lot of tickets. So I'm going to go with the Tigers. I think baseball's starting to pick up again in Detroit. I think it makes a lot of sense for him to go to the Tigers. AJ Hinch there. think it makes a lot of sense. But Tom Amiano, what free agent would I like to see come to the Red Sox? I would love Chris Taylor. It's a guy that can move around in that offense. You know, he brings flexibility. Austin Riley watches a slider go by. And there's strike 3. Man, you know, not human. Could you see Chris Taylor go to the Giants? That could be interesting. I just got this feeling he's not going to go back to the Dodgers. You know, I think he's going to get a lot of interest out there. But then again, I could also see him going back to the Dodgers. If I were to pick, I think he goes to a new team, but I wouldn't be surprised. I thought Turner was going to maybe go somewhere else last year. But he had strong connections in Los Angeles. He had charities and stuff in Los Angeles, so. But Chris Taylor, I think he's going to have a big market. Justin Turner didn't really have a big market. You know, you had the Brewers looking at Justin Turner at one point. I think the Mets name were getting thrown in there. But Chris Taylor, there's a lot of good fits for him because he can play so many positions. So, man, Michael Jordan, man. John, I remember when Michael Jordan, I was a young lad when Michael Jordan went to go play baseball. But just looking back, it's just so weird that Michael Jordan played baseball. Guy was fast, though. He stole a lot of bases. Couldn't really get the bat on the ball all that much, but still pretty cool that he just picked up that game so quick. Ryan Presley pours in a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. But yeah, for the Red Sox, I would love to see them bring in some starting pitching. If I were to look at the top free agents that MLB.com posted, Tom Amiano, once again, thank you for your super chat. Really appreciate that. Yeah, I don't see any of these guys. I don't know. I think the Red Sox, I'm not really worried about the offense right now. Here we go. Ryan Presley, 1-2 count. Oh, swing and a miss, buddy. Looks like he fouled off a piece. Max Scherzer, no. Trevor Story, no. Marcus Semien, nah, I'm all right with not bringing in Marcus Semien. Robbie Ray, I'm okay. I don't need that. I wouldn't hate Robbie Ray, but I don't know. Javier Baez, no. Freeman, that would be a dream, but no. Kevin Gausman, I wouldn't mind Kevin Gausman, but I don't think the Red Sox would bring him in. Marcus Stroman, no. Starling Marte, wouldn't mind Starling Marte. Oh, Soler gets into one. No, that is warning track power. It looked like Soler might have gotten into one. It looked like it was gone off the bat, but it looks like he just missed the barrel. Oof. It looked like a home run. It looked like the way Soler sort of flipped the bat. It looked like maybe that was gone. But no, that was warning track power, WTP. But, all right, back to the super chat question. Starling Marte, I wouldn't mind it. Would bring some speed. Top of the lineup. Castellanos, no. I would not mind Kyle Schwarber coming back. Carlos Rodon, I wouldn't hate it. I think he's going to be too much money. Syndergaard, I wouldn't hate it, I guess, but I think he goes back to the Mets. Verlander, probably not. Kershaw, probably not. JD Martinez, I love JD Martinez. Do wonder what he's going to end up doing. Conforto, no. Brandon Belt, I wouldn't mind it, but with the Red Sox, they got Tristan Casas. Oof. Nice slider from Presley. 0-1 count here to Peterson. We're in the top of the 8th, 2 outs. Chris Taylor, I would love Chris Taylor. I think he fits really well into what the Red Sox like to do. They like guys that have flexibility. He's a good on-base guy. I think Chris Taylor is a good fit for the Red Sox. Anthony Rizzo, I wouldn't hate that. Nelson Cruz. I wonder if the Red Sox maybe make a play for a Nelson Cruz. You know? Do they make a play for a Nelson Cruz? If JD Martinez opts out, ooh, think about that. Do the Red Sox go after a Nelson Cruz? If JD Martinez opts out and Kyle Schwarber ends up going elsewhere, do the Red Sox bring in Nelson Cruz? He's not going to be a lot of money. Sounds like a Chaim Bloom kind of a thing. Ryan Presley, that fastball has some life on it. Strike 3. And the Astros are 3 outs away from winning game 2. You know, I don't know. Nelson Cruz at Fenway Park, I kind of like it, man. I kind of like it. I could see Chaim Bloom doing that. I could see Chaim Bloom doing it. Let's go here, Nelson Cruz. Let's go to his splits. How has he done in his career at Fenway Park? I could totally see this. Remember, Nelson Cruz had the inside the park home run. Had the inside the park home run at Fenway Park. Let's go to his splits. Fenway Park. How has he done at Fenway in his career? He's done really good at Fenway in his career. Hit 343, 14 home runs, 44 RBIs, 396 on base. Bring in Nelson Cruz. Let's go. I could see that. I could totally see Chaim Bloom doing that. It's a cheap move. I mean, I don't think he's going to cost a lot of money. What did he make? What did he make last year? He made $13 million. I mean, you'd have him for a year. But that's only if Martinez opts out and Schwarber ends up going elsewhere. I wonder if Schwarber ends up going. I could see. Let's pull up Schwarber here. You know, I wonder if a team like the Phillies try to bring in Schwarber. I mean, look at his on base this year. 374 on base. Let's go to Fangraphs. If we go to Fangraphs really quick, we're in between innings, everyone. We're taking a look at some free agent stuff. We're taking a look. Maybe, what are some options for some of these teams out there? We had a super chat, Tom Amiano, asking who I would like to see for the Red Sox to bring in. I would like Chris Taylor. I would like something with pitching. I wouldn't mind a Raisel Iglesias. I think he has good stuff. I think he could fit well into that bullpen. But, I've stumbled across the idea of maybe Nelson Cruz. But that's only if Martinez opts out and Schwarber ends up going. But let's take a look here. Who are some teams that really had trouble getting on base? So the lowest on base percentage last year, the Astros were number 1. Teams like Texas was last. I wonder if Schwarber could maybe go to Seattle. Could you see Schwarber maybe in Seattle? That could be pretty fun. Cleveland. What was Schwarber? Let's go to... What was his value this year? Let's go to Fangraphs. What kind of a contract could we see Kyle Schwarber get? Remember, Kyle Schwarber, I think he made $11 million this past year, $10 million. So I think he's going to get more than that. So if you look at the value, on the mound is Kyle Wright, coming in for the 9th inning, trying to keep this game close. I predicted a 12-3 final. Well, the Astros are going to have to get 5 more to make my prediction come true. But Kyle Schwarber, he had a $24.5 million value. In his career, he's totaled $100 million. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 100 divided by 7. That's 14.3 million. I could see Schwarber maybe getting like 15 million a year. I could see like a 3-year, $45 million deal for Kyle Schwarber. So you got some teams. I could see Seattle doing a deal like that. I think he would fit well. Let me actually go to his splits. What are some ballparks that he's done really well at? Mostly a National League guy, but let's take a look at some of these ballparks. Arizona, he's hit well at. He's hit well at Citi Field. He hasn't hit too well in Philly. Cleveland, he's actually hit really well there. He's hit well at Miami. The Nationals, he's not going back there. Baltimore, he hit well. I mean, it's only 5 games, but I mean, I wonder Arizona. Hey, I wonder if Arizona. I think Arizona could be a pretty good fit. Arizona last year, they were 9th in on base. If you go watch my my Arizona Diamondbacks rebuild on MLB The Show, I did have the Diamondbacks signing Schwarber. I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go Kyle Schwarber to the Diamondbacks. I'm going to go with it. I think Schwarber to the Diamondbacks could be a good fit. He's hit well there in his career. They need offense. I think he'd be a great fit. Ooh, Kyle Wright. Not a bad fastball right there. Couple of strikeouts here for Kyle Wright. What do you think, Javier Baez reuniting with the Cubs? I wonder if they'll do that. I feel like money-wise, probably not. I think the Cubs are going in a different direction. Chad Doomslayer, Schwarber belongs to the Red Sox. Yeah, I would love for him to come back. Not Juan. How about Javier Baez with the Red Sox? I don't know about that. Yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with it. Prediction: Kyle Schwarber, Diamondbacks. I think the Red Sox, you know what I think they're going to do? I think Chaim Bloom, he's going to go sign Nelson Cruz. If the Rays brought in Nelson Cruz, Chaim Bloom had to love it. I wonder, was Nelson Cruz linked to the Red Sox this year? I wonder if Bloom went after him. Probably not, because, what am I thinking? They didn't look at him because they have JD Martinez. I think it's a possibility. J. Paul, why not? Why couldn't Arizona sign anyone? I think they're going to make some moves. They're trying to be competitive. They had a horrible year. They have good players on that team. Don't count out Arizona. I think they could have a bounce-back year next year. Look for Arizona to get a wild card next year. Or at least compete. I think they'll be good. But they need to make moves. They can't have, status quo. They have a decent core. They have some pretty decent, talented players on that team. It just didn't work this year. Everything was they just underperformed. They have guys. They need to add to it, though. They need more consistent starting pitching. Ooh, Kyle Wright. How about Kyle Wright here? Look at this. They just struck out the side. Good grief. Did Kyle Wright just earn himself some innings in this World Series? I think Kyle Wright just earned himself some more playing time. Good grief. Jason, it's not that bad. Come on. Why can't the Red Sox sign Nelson Cruz? I wouldn't hate it. That dude is mashed at Fenway Park. He reminds me of kind of why Hunter Renfroe was brought in, right? The guy he mashed at Fenway. Oh, Jason. Okay. I was like, I can't be that bad of a suggestion. Paul, that's a lot of people out there saying that. I wonder if the Cardinals dangled DeYoung somewhere. Sound FX, how good did Kyle Wright just look? He looked phenomenal. Mlb, you're thinking the Giants take a big step back next year. Abgeron, who is Joe Buck's home team? Holy mother of God, that man can't get excited about any play. That's the one thing with me, man. If I see something, I don't care what it is. Even if I'm watching the Red Sox, you guys saw me watching Red Sox games. I jumped out of my seat when Altuve, hit a bomb. I'm not going to be like the guys over at Talking Yanks and, slouch in their chairs if their team's losing. I'm a fan of baseball. I love my Red Sox. I will go crazy if the Red Sox win. But I'm going to get excited about the game of baseball, no matter who my Red Sox are playing. Of course, I'll be bummed out, but at the end of the day, I don't know, especially when I'm going live, I'm going to keep the energy. Who is Joe Buck's favorite team? Has he ever said who his favorite team is? I think if we don't know that what his favorite team is for a fact, you can always look at where he grew up. So where did Joe? Let's go to Joe Buck's Wikipedia page. Let's see. Where was he born? He was born in Florida, 1969. Huh. So he was born before the Marlins, and way before the Marlins and the Rays were even around. He's only 52 years old. Really? I thought he was older than that. Let's go. Joe Buck favorite team. Oh, that makes sense. So Joe Buck likes the Cardinals. I could totally see Joe Buck being a Cardinals fan. So yeah, so Jack will. Okay, I could see that. I could see that. Because his dad called Cardinals games. So. Oh, he grew up in St. Louis. Okay, well, that makes sense. Yeah, his dad worked for the Cardinals, so. Here's Adam Duvall. The Braves are down to their last 3 outs. This game has moved really quick tonight, everyone. I'm happy with the pace of this game tonight. 3-hour game. That game last night moved slower than molasses. I don't know what it was last night. I don't know if it's because I didn't have my espresso or what. I guess I was also just tired yesterday, too. I woke up, 5 a.m. So I was definitely tired yesterday, and today I did sleep in. Duvall hits it out to left, but Brantley is there. Hey, Paul, thank you for coming out tonight, man. See you Friday night for Game 3. But Travis d'Arnaud had the solo shot back earlier in the game. One second, everyone. There's a ground ball to Gurriel. Aussie Craig, what a great analogy, my friend. Yesterday's game was like the movie Titanic. 3+ hours and the boat still sinks. Oh, Chad Doomslayer. I got to look at that one. Metro Customer. What do you think the Dodgers will do this offseason? Will they re-sign Scherzer? I don't think they bring back Scherzer. I think Scherzer goes somewhere. He tests out free agency one more time. He can go get himself a deal. Unless, the Dodgers want him back, I could definitely see him. They'll throw money at him. But, I don't know. I'm going with the pick that's in my heart. I go Max Scherzer going to the Cardinals. But it would make sense to go back to the Dodgers too. But, what will they, I think the Dodgers, they had a lot of injuries this year. They gotta look at their own guys that are becoming free agents. They got a lot of them. Probably not going to bring back Jansen, I would think. So I think they got to address the bullpen somehow. But we've got 2 outs here. And the Braves are down to their last strike. I think Kershaw resigns. I think you got to bring back Kershaw. But here we go. Astros a strike away. They're bringing in their top guns. They brought in Presley. They brought in Graveman. Astros aren't fooling around in this game. 1-2 count, 2 outs. There's a slider on the outside. Swanson does not bite. Yeah, Jansen was actually pretty solid. He was pretty solid. But here we go. 2-2 count, 2 outs. Top of the 9th. Astros 7, Braves 2. Graven with the pitch. Swing and a miss. Astros win Game 2. And the World Series is tied at 1 apiece. Just like I thought this series would be. And so far, it is back and forth. Thought the Braves would win Game 1. Thought the Astros would win Game 2. What's going to happen in Game 3? Got Ian Anderson against Luis Garcia. Should be a good Game 3. Not surprised to see the Astros take this one. Alex Mays, I wouldn't give up on the Braves just now. This series is going as I thought it would. So I think it's still either team's series. Yeah, you do got Charlie Morton out. That is a big blow. But you know what? The Braves, they've been able to figure it out this season. They've had guys go down. I think they have enough to do it. Will they be able to execute? We'll have to wait and see. But alrighty, everyone. That is all I have for tonight. Before I do get out of here, if any of you are new and you're hanging out here in the chat, hit that subscribe button for me. We're trying to get to 15,000 subscribers. Everyone, hit that like button on your way out. Hit the bell notifications. Share my content with any other baseball fans that you might know of. Share it on Twitter. Share it on Facebook, wherever. Share it with your dog, wherever you want to do. Also, everyone, before I do get out of here, we have memberships on the channel. You'll find the join button on my home screen. For just 99 cents a month, you get badges and emojis, Q&As for live shows. We have a Discord where the 44 members on the channel, they're talking on that Discord. A subreddit will be made soon. So for just 99 cents, you get all of these perks. We also have a link in the description for Dr. Squatch. If you're looking to up your soap game for just, hey, we get 10% off an order of $20 or more. You can get some pretty wonderful soaps. So go check out the link if you're interested. But everyone, that is all I have for tonight. I want to thank you so much for joining me tonight. I wasn't even going to go live tonight. And hey, a bit of an audible last minute, and we went live, and we ended up having around 100 people the entire time. So everyone, I want to thank you again. Have a good night. Have a good day tomorrow. There will be no live tomorrow. There's no game tomorrow. But we will be back Friday night for Game 3. Saturday night is Game 4. And I think Sunday night is Game 5. So we got 3 days of baseball in a row, but tomorrow will be off. Everyone, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Really appreciate you. Have a good night. Have a good day tomorrow. I'll see you Friday. Talk to you next time.